and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's Untethered Live Politi-tics right here on Saturday night. I'm your host, Jake Johnson, and tonight we're going to talk about AutoPen, pardon Auteurs. We're going to talk about Yemen, y'all, and we're going to talk about Tesla torching. How about that? And TDS mess. It's all over the internet. Go check it out and tell me what you think. How's it going, everybody? What's happening? How did you have a good week? Are you in trouble? Do you feel like you've made accomplishments? What's going on in your life? Tell me all about it. Ninja Rider says, I want to be first, and I'm first. Yay, I'm first. You are first. You are correct. Amanda says, here's your gold star. And Jake says, here's your gold star. You get 2 gold stars. You can plop that up on your mantelpiece next to your carburetors and your Golden Globes, and you can tell your grandkids how you climbed a mountain to gain that star. You beat back all the liberals and confiscated that star and put it up on your mantelpiece and won it in the heat of battle. You can tell them all about it. But until then, we got a show to do. So enjoy your gold star, Ninja. Is this your first time being first? Congratulations. Amanda says hi, by the way. And something in hieroglyphics. And I'm going to have to kill that dog, I can tell. Amanda says, oh, you're special tonight. You get 2 gold stars. Oh, yeah, that's nice. And Amanda says, hi, Untethered Live family. Good to see you all. I hope everybody had a good day. Hi, Jake. How are you tonight? Strangely happy. I feel good. I slept good. I'm still sleepy, though. I got a nice hot cup of coffee. That's always a good thing. Ninja says, I should go get my Gold Wing Monday. You should. You should absolutely go get it. That's fantastic. Congratulations, by the way. I'm so jealous. I love Gold Wings. I think they're great bikes. I hope you enjoy it immensely, and I want to see pictures of it. Does it have, tell us about it. Does it have all the flashings, you know what I'm talking about, owls and all that? Is it dressed out, have the radio in the dash and all that, or is it just the bike? Either way, great acquiring. Great acquirement. Acquirement. Great. You found a good thing. Yeah. Can't think tonight for some reason. Aaron, what's up, buddy? He says, what does that mean? That's a weird smile. It's like a smiley face with a zipper. It's a gimp smiley face. Are you feeling gimpy, Aaron? Amanda says hi, by the way. Amy Elizabeth says, liked, shared, and invited some friends. Hello from Stormy, Indiana. Hello, Amy. How are you, sweetheart? I hope you're a lot calmer today and a lot less worked. Amanda says, nice, Ninja. Way to go on the Gold Wing. Fantastic. Aaron says, hey, Amanda. Amanda says, hi, Amy and Aaron. And Ninja motorcycle, LOL, a ninja cycle. I got it, a ninja motorcycle. I see what you're doing there. Amy says, I've been down sick all day with pain. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. Painkillers, chicken soup. That's the remedy. Kendra Wood says, hey, y'all. Hey, Kendra. How are you? I hope you're feeling well today. Amanda says she's wound up and got the zoomies. Zoom, 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 zoom. Well, I have a solution for that. Calm down, or you'll join your little friend. Hang on a second. Hey, will you do me a favor? Put that fan off of rotate and push it a little closer, please. Thank you. It's hot in here. It's officially summertime again, I think. Amanda says, hi, Kendra. Don't we have an air conditioner?
Yes.
Turn it on.
It's on.
Turn it on higher.
It's on high.
Hot, hot, hot today. Amanda says, hi, Kendra. Bill Bennett's here. He says, hello, guys. Happy Saturday. Bill, nice to see you. Kendra says, hey, Amanda. And Amanda says, hi, Bill. And Ninja says, oh, yeah. She's all decked out, blue with 3 antennas, a CB radio, AM and FM cassette player. It's got the works. Fantastic. I can't wait to see pictures. Does it run, or do you have to work on it? Probably have to work on it if it was a gift, but they don't usually give away running ones, but hopefully this one does. Aaron says, it means I'm listening. No talking, just listening. Excellent. I hear you, buddy. John H. says, hello, everybody. Hey, John. Nice to see you. How's the world in your neck of the woods? Amanda says, hi, John. Amy says, Tylenol and chicken wings. Close enough. Yeah, something. Aaron says, be right back. Got to take out the trash. Metaphorically or literally? Because one of those things could be something else. John H. says, bad to the dog bone. Bad to the dog bone right here. A dead dog. That's what, I put this on the floor when she's acting up. She's like, what did you do to your last dog? Oh, yeah. That's what's coming if you don't stop biting my feet. She's a puppy, though. You know how they are. Ninja says, she ran 3 years ago. Yeah, one thing I regret in the past 10 years, I had a house over across town about 10, 15 years ago, and somebody had gave me a Kawasaki, a big one. I think it was like an 1150 or something. It was a big, heavy motorcycle. I couldn't handle it by myself. It did run, and then it didn't run, but he didn't know what was wrong with it, but it was simple. It was like a carburetor thing, something like that. The bike was in perfect condition. It looked great, but it had something wrong with something in the gas flow or carburetor. It didn't crank up, but it did turn over. But it was in nice condition, and it was a gift. And when I moved, I couldn't find anybody to help me load it and bring it, so I had to leave it there. And I've regretted that ever since. It's just a silly motorcycle, you know. I never have ridden it. It was a gift. It didn't run when I got it, and it sat in my yard for a year. But I always wish that I could go back and get that bike because it's a simple fix, and I could be riding it right now. And I hate that I had to give it up. And it's no longer there. It's years ago, so it's out. But I hate losing things. You know what I mean? Ninja says, did the break-in Honda 250 Kawasaki Ninja that I rebuilt the motor in my living room? Yeah, I did break it in today. Hours of fun. Awesome. That's fantastic. You got some riding in, huh? Ninja says, oh yeah, our motorcycles surely hold a special place in our hearts. They do. And I love my Harley. But I had bought the Harley and a Honda at the same time. My Honda was a American Classic Edition, ACE, American Classic Edition Honda Shadow 750. And it looked just like my Harley, except, you know, it's all plastic. But, I mean, the aesthetic was the same. And somewhere along the way, I decided I couldn't ride two motorcycles, so I sold the Honda. And I wish I hadn't, because I missed that bike. It sounded fantastic. It was fun to ride. It felt way more comfortable than the Harley does, because the Harley's just a big hunk of steel and it's top heavy, and, you know, it's not the bike you pick when you want precision and comfort. It's the thing you just sit on top of and cruise, you know. But that Honda had a little bit of other something to it. It was sleek. It was easy to control. I could, you know, just slightly move my weight and it would go anywhere I wanted it to. It felt very balanced. I could stop and not put my feet down, you know, that sort of thing. So I kind of missed that bike, and I might have to get me another one down the road. And it's probably coming. I'd like to get me another Honda. Maybe a Goldwing. One of these days. We'll see. I like the idea of a Goldwing. I just ain't never rode one. Amy says, it reminds me of the joke about the foul-mouthed parrot. The guy got mad, stuck him in the freezer, opens the freezer and says, I'm sorry, sir. I'll be kind. I see what happened to the turkey. Right? It's me. What's up, buddy? He says, speaking of politics, Michigan's Secretary of State is a ripoff on car registration. Oh, Honda Products makes best of everything. I agree. I think they're a fantastic company, and I've owned a few Hondas in my life, and every one of them, car or motorcycle, never had a problem with them. never had to work on them. They just worked, and I like that. So I agree with that statement. And I'm sorry the Michigan Secretary of State is ripping you off on car registration. That shouldn't be a thing. Amanda says hi, by the way. And It's Me says hi, Amanda. It's Me says Kawasaki makes the fastest bikes. Maybe. I don't know. I've never tested them for speed. Ninja says also Kawasaki makes the most dangerous bikes on the road. Too much power for sure for such a small frame. Yeah, that is a lot of power. And if you got that much power, you kind of want a heavy, big bike that can handle that power. I don't know that I'd want to ride something that was tiny and flimsy and light, blow right off the side of the road, you know. Either that or I'd just drive it slowly. Amanda says gold wings are the Cadillac of motorcycles. That's what I hear, and I like Cadillacs. So I would like to have one day. Ninja already beat me to it. He's got one. Ninja says riding a gold wing is like riding a Cadillac. You can't feel the road, just float. Can't feel the road, just float. Yeah, I'd like to experience that. There's a reason a lot of old people ride those gold wings and they can barely touch the ground with their tippy toes, but apparently it's balanced so well you don't need to touch the ground. I just wonder how they get on and off of the damn thing. John says, all these Looney Tunes in Britain try to cancel Easter now. Well, tell them they're too late. Easter's already been canceled. It's that holiday is actually based on a pagan holiday, the goddess Ishtar. You can look into that. It's a little bit of old tradition mixed with new tradition. It's kind of interesting how that works. Amy says, wow, John. What do you call a sedated rabbit, John? An ether bunny? Nice. That's what you call a rabbit at Bill Cosby's house, the ether bunny. Name a pickup line that works 100% of the time. Does anybody know one? I know one. Hey, does this rag smell like ether? I've lost my mind. Amanda says, who makes the Hayabusa? Hayabusa. If you're referring to a motorcycle. Yeah. Dakota says, hey, friends. A what? Hayabusa. That's what I said. Amanda says, hi, Dakota. Amy says, hey, Dakota. Dakota says, hey, Amanda and Amy. It's Me says, even though I had a 354 cylinder, beat a Yamaha 650 in a quarter-mile race. Nice. You must mean Kawasaki, 350 Kawasaki. Maybe. I don't know. I don't care for Yamahas unless it's a dirt bike. And I don't do a lot of dirt bike riding. But they seem to make pretty sturdy dirt bikes, Yamaha. And everything else they make is good. Like their guitars are fantastic. They really put a lot of effort into making a great guitar at a low price. If you want to buy a guitar and not break the bank, go for a Yamaha. And the older, the better. If you get the right one, it's an exact copy of a Martin. Yamaha and Alvarez are two great guitar companies that are low-end in price. And both of them in the 70s made a version of the Martin D45 or whatever it is, you know, the valuable one that everybody wants. They made a copy of it. And in every way, in the specs and in the sound, it's a Martin. It's just made by a different company. And they can't do that anymore. But they could in the 70s, and they did. And if you look for the right serial number, you can find it. Oh, I apologize for being out of breath. The pollen is extra thick here today, and I cannot breathe. John says, Amy, smiley faces. Dakota says, hey, John. Amanda says, LOL, evil mess. Oh, yeah. John says, hey, Dakota. Amy says, hey, Amanda. hand Amanda a pink packet of sweetener and ask her if she wants to get sweet and low. I see what you're saying. I would say you want to get down and dirty. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. And Vera Lynn's here. Hello, Rachel. How are you, sweetie? She says, hello. I'll call you Vera since you changed your name. Hello, Vera. How you doing today? You should change your name to Cosa, your last name. Cosa. C-O-S-A. It's Spanish. Ninja Rider says, Hayabusas are straight line bikes, not good for the city. Right on. Aren't they kind of fat, too? I've seen one before, but it's been a long time. They got like a real big fat gas tank, kind of octagon shaped, kind of. You know what I mean? It has real hard lines. I think that's what I'm thinking about. And Amanda says, I like to get down and dirty. Right on. Eastbound and down. Amanda says, hi, Rachel. Aaron says, Dodge Tomahawk is the fastest, but it's not street legal. I didn't know Dodge made a motorcycle. That's fantastic. I'll have to look into that. I would like to try an Indian, though. Has anybody here ridden an Indian? I know they're not. Are they all like suicide shift? I don't think they are. Are they all reverse hand stop? Hand stop. Is the throttle on the wrong side? I've heard stories, but I don't know. I've never ridden one. Ninja says, hang on. You should get a dirt bike, Amanda. Yeah, that'd be funny. Remember that old cartoon with the weightlifter guy with the twirly mustache riding on the little bicycle? Amy says, I need to sell my Harley. Amy, if I had the money, I'd buy it from you right now. But I don't have it, and I can't offer it. I wish I could. I'd certainly buy it from you. Amanda says, I used to have a pocket rocket. I want another one. They are so fun. I would pay dollar bills to watch that. It's me says Martin Guitars made bad guitars in the 70s. I've never really cared for Martins. John Stewart says, your pronouns, fuck and you. How about that? I think those are verbs, but what kind of question is that? Do I look like the pronoun type of person? Mister, that's my pronoun. Welcome, John Stewart, who obviously is not John Stewart. Amy says, question for John. Are they destroying Teslas across the big pond too? I think they are. John, you got that going on in your house? A lot of people are torching Teslas around here. And the same people, by the way, that will bitch and whine about the environment and how they're trying to save the environment and they want to go green and all that. Do you have any idea how much pollutants burning a Tesla battery causes? Yeah, you're setting the world back decades. You're putting more pollutants in the air by burning one Tesla than if all the aircraft in the world were in the sky at the same time. More pollutants. So, stop that. And also, you know that Elon Musk doesn't work at the Tesla places, right? You also know that he doesn't own Tesla, right? He's just a stockholder. He's a majority stockholder. So you are burning other people's property in vain. You're also the same people that 10 years ago was touting Tesla because it was green. So not only are you morons, but you're flip-floppy morons. Amanda says, hi, John, welcome. And Amy says, message retracted. And John says, I decided to take my son to Japan with me when he gets out. That's cool, John. When you go to Japan, I would like to know, because I'd like to send some money with you and have you send me back a Japanese-made Fender guitar, because I want one. From the source. A Fender Stratocaster. Aaron says, LOL, Amanda, in Chicago, when someone said pocket rocket, we ran. I bet. In Chirac over there. Vera says, wow, thanks for the exciting welcome, Amanda. Absolutely. Exciting? Did I miss one? I guess I did. We are excited to see you, Vera. Pronouns. Children, it's going to take them at least 10 years to learn that they've lost and that shit ain't flying anymore. Vera says, hold your excitement. I'm trying. It's kind of like I got to pee, but, you know. Amy says, his pronouns are manly man. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Amy says, other than Amanda, has anyone ridden an Indian? Yeah, I would like to ride one myself. I've heard nice things about them, but I don't know if they're just like a Harley ripoff or if they've got their own thing going. I don't really know because I've never really been up close to one, but that Indian Scout looks pretty nice. It's like a little sporty version. It's not a big street bike. It's kind of compact, and I'd like to have one of those. I think it'd be a nice little bike if it's not just a Harley ripoff. If it's just a Harley ripoff, I just assume have a Harley. John says Ducati is nice as well. I've heard that. I imagine that's on the pricier end of things. For example, I bought my Harley used, albeit in good condition. I paid $6,000 cash for it. I could have bought 3 Honda Shadows for the same price I paid for that Harley. And the Hondas would be new-ish. They'd be newer. So I think new-ish, like in a good retail used store, you know, you can get a really good Honda Shadow for about $2,500. That's top of the line. You can get a really decent one for $1,800. So when you buy a Harley, you are absolutely paying for a name and nothing else. Because other than that, it's just a motorcycle, just like every other thing. It is easier to find parts for because there's a Harley place in every town in America. But is American made really worth $4,000? I don't think so. Not today, anyway. Maybe 100 years ago. Vera says, never an Indian, but years ago, a Middle Eastern kind of Indian. Nice. Why? Was he doing it for you? Did he say, thank you, come again? Or did he just poke you in the forehead and say, why are you touching my cow? Thank you, come again. Amanda says, LOL, Rachel, it's me, says, I know a Dodge Dart for sale. Anybody ever had one? Yes, I have. I have owned a Dodge Dart. And it was a pain in the ass. But it had a unique motor. It had a 1-cylinder carburetor. I've never seen that before, except in a GMC, an old GMC 3-speed on the tree. Step-side truck. It had a 1-barrel carburetor, but it was interesting. And it was a cool little car. A little square thing. Looked like a Jetson mobile. What year model is it? It's me. Because the older ones are cool. The newer ones, I'm not so sure about. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. And they did bring back the Dodge Dart, by the way. They did make a new version of it, like 2022 or something like that. I'm not exactly sure when it came out, but it's recent. I've seen it in the last 5 years. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. And Amy says, Vera, red dot, not feather. That's right. Red dot, not feathers. Different kind of Indian. The curry Indian, not the peace pipe Indian. Aaron says, I have, but I did the driving. She handled great. You talking about a ninja? I mean, an Indian? Well, what can you tell me about the Indian? Is there anything different about it than traditional motorcycles? Because I've heard stories, but I'm not sure what's true and what's not, or how much it applies. Vera says, well, no. Never been on an island. Or an Indian. Ninja says, I used to drive a little pocket rocket to work every day. Really? Isn't that illegal? Can you make those things street legal? I don't think you can. I think probably has to have a little bit of size to it to make it street legal. I'm not sure. It might be like a moped, and you can get one without a driver's license, that kind of thing. I don't know. All right, I think they might have changed that, though. Years ago, you could ride a moped without a driver's license. Maybe they've changed that now. I'm not sure. Aaron says, ooh. Vera says electric cars are stupid. They are stupid. They're not only stupid, they're a total scam. And if you're going to buy an electric car, you need to hear the truth. The truth is this. You have to charge an electric car. The only way to do that is off the grid. The grid is ran by coal. That being said, all the effort it takes to get the materials to make the battery that makes the electric car run, and then transportation from where it comes from to America, and then the building of the electric car offsets your carbon footprint so much so that if you bought a used SUV every year for the rest of your life and drove it around all year long, you would put less carbon in the air than making an electric car. There's a lot of trash goes in the atmosphere to make those batteries and to keep it charged. So if the environment is your concern, buy a used car that runs on gas, or a little 4-cylinder if you can find one. Buy a Datsun. Buy a Ford Escort. Something small, something used, and you will do more for the environment by doing that than if you bought a brand new electric car. And you'd save a ton of money. So do that. And stop virtue signaling and trying to make everybody think you're so righteous because you have a Jolt or whatever they're called, a Volt, a Chevy Volt. They are stupid. Solar panels are stupid too. Windmills are the stupidest stupid though. Those things, they take up an insane amount of land to build one of those things. They're made out of a certain type of metal that you can't get rid of. So when it breaks down, and it will break down because they've only got a lifespan of about 5 years, you have to take those parts off and just lay them aside somewhere and replace them with more metal that you can't get rid of. They kill wildlife like crazy. They leak oil because you got to keep them lubricated. And they only work when the wind is blowing really hard and only in certain areas. So they actually cause more damage than they solve. There's no point in having those things. Let's stop making windmill farms. Now, if you want to put them out in the middle of the ocean, then all you have to worry about is killing fish and whales. But there's studies about that, too, about how whales are disrupted by those things. They vibrate in a certain way, and it drives the whales crazy or something. There's something about that, too. There's like a windmill farm in Scotland that's off in the ocean somewhere, and they're having that trouble. So really, as far as I can tell, windmills have been nothing but trouble, nothing but aggravation. Just to say that you are green energy, you got to go through all that nonsense. Coal is by far cleaner and cheaper than windmills. So let's just stop with the windmill thing already. It's ridiculous. Hydroelectric is good. You can make a lot of electricity with a turbine ran by a waterfall. Let's do that. That saves a lot of greenhouse gases. No cars burnt yet, says John. Apparently they're not doing it in Britain right now. But they will, if they can all get away with it. If Greta Thunberg has anything to do with it, they'll be burning Teslas while protesting the Israel and telling grown-ups how dare they. Amy says, thanks, John. And Amanda says, they are so fun. They are so fun. I loved mine. It was a little 3-speed, and it would get it. I've ridden one time, and I don't even remember doing it. I just remember that it happened. And I don't really see the point. I like the big ones. I like its mommy. Talking about pocket rockets. Amy says, my friend Lee has a restored Dodge Dart. It's his daily ride. I had one, like a 68, 69, the little square flat one. You know, the one with the flat back window. It looked like somebody took the Dukes of Hazzard car and had a vertically challenged child. It almost looked like a Dodge Charger, but it wasn't. The rear end was way different. But anyway, those are cool little cars, and you don't see a lot of them anymore. They're just about extinct. Ninja says, they let us buy electric cars. When are they going to make electric jets? Well, oddly enough, they want jets to keep flying and not have any issues. So I doubt it. They did, however, try the electric tank thing. No kidding. It was an electric tank, and it had to carry a generator with it on a trailer, so that because it could only get like, I don't know how far, but halfway where you would like to go. Like if it's 100 miles, it would only get 50. So you'd have to stop and recharge it with your generator that was powered by diesel. It was retarded. First of all, generators put off a lot of heat, and they use heat signatures to target you from the other side. So you're a big bullseye. What's the point in a tank that won't go because you got to charge it while you're being a bullseye? Let's not do that. Let's leave the wokies out of the army or any place where the goal is to kill and be efficient. Let's leave the wokies out of that. Y'all go mess with the school board. Let the army do the army thing. Stay out of the school board, too. Ninja said, I read that one. John says, let you know, Jake. What? I'll let you know? Oh, you'll let me know if they start burning cars? Yeah, please do. I would be interested to know if that nonsense is spreading. Amy says, my daughter just got back from a vacation in Japan. Sweet. Where'd she go? What part of Japan? I would love to see Japan. I hear that it's quite lovely over there. Ninja says, I thought the military was supposed to test out everything before they released it into the U.S. I don't know about that. Where is it? I'll find it in a second. Dang. There we go. I found it. Amanda says, Aaron, my mom was from Oak Brook. Do you know where that is? Oak Brook. Oak Brook where? And Aaron says, extremists will always be dumb. True. Very true. Right on, Aaron. Ninja says, I used to carry a pocket rocket when I was in prison. I don't think that's what they're talking about. I think they're talking about a different kind of pocket rocket. Yours was named Fifi. Theirs is not. Bill, what were you in prison for, Ninja? Bill says they really don't care about the pretty sure it's fake climate change. Elon has done more for clean energy and humanity than the government, and they don't like him now because he likes Trump. Right. Yeah, it's completely political. They have no morals because 10 years ago they were supporting him because he was a genius, because he was doing the climate change thing. And then when he woke up and realized he was wrong and changed sides, they turned against him. And now they're burning his products, which aren't even his products. It's not hurting him in the slightest bit. So, to me, that's about as valuable as gluing your hand to the concrete. You're not hurting anybody but yourself. By the way, thank you to the people that provided coffee for the show. This is a regular cup of Joe. Don't you want to have a cup of coffee with me and talk about Yemen, Yall, and TDS messes, and Auteurs and Tesla torching? If so, go to the kitchen, pour up a nice hot cup of coffee, and sit down and let's talk about it. If you don't have a cup, you can get one in the description below. I recommend the first one that has my face on it, but there are several brand new options, including stainless steel tumblers. Keeps your coffee nice and hot. It has a closing lid. It is safe to carry around, and it is a lovely cup. It's worth every penny. So get one while you can. What's that one that everybody wants? The camping, what's it called? The cup. Hello? Oh, well. It's better than that, whatever that one is called. Anyway, there's a lot of new options, so go check that out. Yeah, the tumblers. What is the thing called that everybody wants? Hello? No, the name of it. It is a tumbler, but what's the name of it? Yeti? No, not Yeti. All the girls are going crazy about it. No, not Yeti. A second time. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. It's past now. Like, subscribe, share, support, join, and super chats are available in the chat box if you want to show a little love. If you want to throw a little clang-a-langa in my pocket, if you want to, you can do that right there. But also hit that Cash App, $JakeJohnsonBand. It is getting lonely. And one more thing. If you would like to hang out with everybody here outside of YouTube and outside of the oppressive censorship and outside of Google's watching you every move and throwing ads at you and outside of Jake being himself, you can do that by going over to facebook.com/UntetheredLive family. The link is in the chat. It's all one word, Untethered Live Family. It's a great place to hang out, share pictures, videos, texts, and chats, and keep up with all things Untethered Live Universe all in one place. And I do appreciate you showing up. But check out that Untethered Live store down below. There's quite a few new things in there, including shorts and caps and tank tops and tumblers and pillowcases and everything. Bathroom mats, welcome mats, stickers, you name it, it's all there. Hoodies, got it all, baby, and more coming. And John hits me with a £5 super chat. Thank you, John. He says, love you, everyone. I love you too, John. Thank you very much for the super chat. It looks great up there in pale blue, turquoise. Amy Elizabeth says, thanks, John. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I will put that to good use. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, back to the show. Aaron says, yeah, Amanda, I know where that is, Oak Brook. Well, I don't. Anybody want to fill me in? Bill says, they really don't care. I read that one. Amanda says, cool, Aaron. And LOL Ninja, that a shift. Okay, that a shift. Right on. Ninja says, my pronoun is mess around and find out. I like it. I like that one. Amy says, Ninja, yes. What? All right. Shiv. Shiv with a V. Shiv. Yeah. A shift is that shifty-eyed fella on TV with the big hooky nose, big eyes, and looks like he fell asleep in a tanning bed. That's a shift. Can't tell a truth. It hurts his teeth to tell the truth. That's an atom shift. Amanda says, exactly, Ninja. Yes. Amy Elizabeth says, please hit that thumbs up and share. Thank you. Yes, please do. There are 10 people in chat, but only 6 likes. That means 4 of you did not hit the like button. Hit that like button. It does help the channel with the algorithm. It helps us get recommended to other people and grow the show. That's what we want. So we need you to hit that like button. All the numbers, likes, comments, super chats, subscribers, every metric is measured, and all of them go towards the growth of the channel because the algorithm will only push it out if it deems it interesting. And the only way they can tell if it's interesting or not if people interact with the show. So do all the things, press all the buttons, and show your love that way if you have to, and we'll get out there and take over the world one subscription at a time. Aaron says, how do I like on the PC? It should be right below the video, and where the title of the video is. It should be right below that. 2 thumbs up and thumbs down, and a share and remix and several other things. And Amanda says, and you have to you have to tighten it all back up every 100 miles. What's that? My Harley? No. No, I have to work on it once a year, though, like clockwork. That's true, but not every 100 miles. Amy says, smiley, smiley. Under the picture, Aaron, says Amanda. I guess under the picture of the video is where all the like button stuff is. Whew. John H. says, I had a BSA motorbike in the 90s, and I sold it for $15K, British built. A BSA. I don't know what that is. But I tell you what, the Brits do have that's pretty interesting is a BMW motorcycle. Have you ever seen that thing? It's got a 4-cylinder engine on it like a car, and it sticks out on both sides at least the width of a person. It looks like it's got chest muscles or something. It sticks out way far on both sides. 2 cylinders over here and 2 cylinders over here. I don't think I would want to ride that, but everybody that has ridden one that I've heard said it's a wonderful ride, but it just seems awful hard to lean over with that thing. You hit the ground with your motor. I don't think I'd like that. Oh, the Keanu Reeves motorcycle. I got you. Look up Keanu Reeves bikes. All the John Wick bikes are his company. Right on. I don't think they had motorcycles in John Wick, did they? I don't remember. Patty Donahue says, hello, I'm late. No, you're not. Hi. Welcome. Come on in. Amanda says hi, and Ninja says hi. And Patty says, hey, Miss Amanda. And Diego's here. He says, hello, everyone. What's up, Diego? Good to see you, my friend. Buenos dias. Amanda says hi. Amy says, hey, Patty and Diego. And Ninja says, I had a Plymouth Duster, and it was a pretty cool car. Had an old slant 6 in it. Oh, yeah. A Duster. I don't remember that one. That's got to be kind of like a Chevelle, right? It's got a scooped back. Is that what the one I'm thinking about? Had a long front end and scooped back. I think that's what the Duster looked like. I can't remember. Patty says, hi, Miss Amy Elizabeth. And Aaron says, Ninja, you remember the Fiero? Oh, yes, yes, yes. I love the Fiero. It's the poor man's Ferrari, if you get the right one. And I had one that a friend of mine had rebuilt, and it was primer gray spray paint. And it was real low to the ground, and it sounded awesome when I cranked up. Anyway, I drove the shit out of that car. I loved it. And I never could get him to sell it to me, but I wanted it. If I ever got a chance to get another one, I'd get it because it's like driving a go-kart. And it kind of feels like you're in a Ferrari. You feel like Magnum PI when you're driving that thing. Anyway, it's a cool car. The old Fiero. That is a Ferrari for people that can't afford one. Ninja says, nope. I can't say that I do unless it has another name. No, it's a Fiero, Pontiac Fiero. Is it Pontiac? I can't remember. I think it's Pontiac. Anyway, it kind of looks like a Ferrari. Kinda. It has the motor in the back and everything. Yes? Yes, it's Pontiac Fiero. John says, Amy, Japan is so nice, but they don't like tourists in bars over there. Yeah, I hear they're incredibly racist. Not in the way that we're racist. I mean, they're really into Japanese people. They don't like other people. So that's why they all look the same. Like literally. Not in a racist way. They actually look all the same. Amy says, my husband used to have an old rusted out Datsun. Your husband was a smart man. Datsun's the best car ever made. The driver door was wired shut. I had that car. Had a bad starter. Had to push it off and jump in the window and pop the clutch. Yep, I had that same car. I bought mine off a group of teenagers. They had bought it. They had all pitched in together and bought it off of somebody else, and they used it to drive through the woods and jump ditches and stuff, and it was all beat up and had a busted windshield, and the driver door was caved in and wouldn't shut, and it was sitting on blocks. When I went by and talked to the guy, he said, it's been here a while. I said, you want to get rid of it? He said, sure. I said, well, what do you want for it? He said, what do you give me? I said, I ain't got but $80 in my pocket. He said, I'll take it. Okay. So I gave him $80. The next day, I went and bought 4 tires, a battery, and 4 quarts of oil and went back. I put tires on it. I put oil in it. I put a battery in it. And I pushed it off, and I drove it for 5 years in that condition. I didn't do anything to it except for put a boat ignition in it and beat the door where it was shut. That's it. And that was a great car. Love Datsuns. You cannot kill it. As long as you put oil in it, you can't kill it. I know, I've tried. Amanda says, you talking about the Fiero car, Aaron? Yeah. Fiero. That's the one. Aaron said, yup. I dated a girl, and she had a red one. Nice. Did she drive it well? I mean, did it have, like, glass packs and go really fast? Because mine did. That was a great little car. Although, if you have back issues, it's not the car for you because you can feel every crack on the road, every bump, every crack, every rock. It goes right into your spine because you're literally sitting 2 inches off the ground on the floor of this car. Seats are very low. Matter of fact, I had to put my butt against the seat and slide down into the car is the only way I could get into the thing. Go in butt first. Amanda says, I remember those. They were cool. Ninja says, I dated a girl named Shadow that drove a Dodge Shadow. Knock on wood. I don't know, but that feels like a pinch poke kind of thing. Aaron says, I remember those. It was the same as the Dodge Avenger. I don't know about the Dodge Avenger. I guess it could be close. I think Dodge went a different direction than Pontiac did, though. Amy says, my daughter has a dual fuel Prius. Wow. 2022. It's cute. And she gets 50 miles to the gallon. Nice. What does dual fuel mean? Does it mean it takes gas and battery, or does it take gas and gas? I don't understand. Amanda said, they were junk, but fun little cars. Well, maybe some of them were junk, but the one I had was definitely not junk. But also the guy had rebuilt it, so it probably had a bunch of stuff in it that it didn't come with. Ford probes are junk. Yes, Ford probes are junk. You are right. They're right up there with the Geostorm. Remember the Geo? Little 3-cylinder car, hatchback. You could buy one brand new for $1,200, something like that. I don't know how much it was, but probably $13,000. But they were pretty cheap cars. Amy says wind-powered cars would be interesting. I think they have those. It's called a sailboat. Ninja said, I had 3 Hugos when I lived at the junkyard, and I had a blast driving them little things around, crashing into stuff. That's what a Yugo is worth, crashing into stuff. I had a Chevy Chevette, which is the same thing, little tiny car, and it didn't even have a driver's seat. I had a crate, like a milk crate in there, and I sat on that. You get waffle ass when you drive it, but it was pretty cool. A little stick shift. We painted it camouflage and not in a good way. If you could imagine 2 drunk dudes out there with different colored spray cans. That's what it looked like. It was ugly. But everybody saw me coming. Believe that. They knew who I was. Most Fords are junk, says Amanda. The cars, I agree. If it's 1985 or below, and if it's a truck, Fords are great. Anything past 85 starts going downhill from there. Amanda says a Mazda MR2 is a blast to drive. Yep, RX-7 too. Amy says, Ninja, my cousin had a Yugo. It was a piece of junk. I had a Yugo, but I was married at the time, so it was more like a Wego. I'm so sleepy, my eyes are crossing. Ninja says, yep, most definitely. That's why they was at the junkyard. I would love to work at a junkyard. I would get a kick out of that. I would be making like road warrior vehicles, Mad Max vehicles. Putting a train scoop on a Chevy. That'd be fun. And some wire mesh across the windshield. And then we'd have road warrior battles. Mount twin 50 caliber machine guns on the hood of my car. Oh, yeah. Amanda says, Amy, what do you call a Yugo with 2 people in it? A Wego. Ninja says, LOL. John says, Jake, they're everywhere in Britain now killing wildlife. They took nasty, spoil the views. They look nasty and they spoil the view. Yes, windmills are nasty and they are hard to look at. It's an eyesore for sure. And they're trying to make it a thing hard here in America. I know they're doing it in Scotland, and they're probably doing it all over England, too. It ain't never going to take off. You cannot build enough windmill power stations to run the grid. It's just, there's just not enough wind. Amy says, Amanda, smiley face. And Aaron says, windmills, fiberglass resin is awful. And Ninja says, the Ford Fiesta was a pretty cool little car. Yeah, if you like pregnant skateboards. The Fiesta. My aunt still drives one to this day. She's had one for many years, and she swears by them. I guess they're cheap and easy to get, so she gets them. I would not want one. All I can think about while driving that car is what a rear end would look like. It's already that wide. If I got rear end, that'd be bumper to bumper and me in the middle. It's Me says, what about the 2014 2.0 engine liter Dart? I got you. So it was 2014 when they brought the Dodge Dart back. I knew it wasn't that long ago. Amy says, I like the Tesla trucks, very futuristic sci-fi looking. I think they're hideous, but they're definitely unique. And inside of them, they definitely look like a spaceship. I've never seen one up close, but I've seen a lot of pictures. I can't see that functioning like a work truck, and they're trying to sell it as a work truck. You know, this is my work truck. I do everything. I can't see it. It just doesn't look right to me. But I'm old, and I recognize that I'm approaching the yelling at clouds stage and get off my lawn. I get it, but I just don't like that Cybertruck. I bet it's a cool truck, though. Sorry, my chat jumped. I'll find it in a minute. Stanley, thank you. There's another one, too, that all the girls go crazy about. Ford Probe. All right, I'm getting close. Here we go. Amanda says, I miss my Pontiac Firebird. I like Firebirds. I've had, well, mine was a Camaro, but it's the same thing. John says, wind farms suck. Harming dolphins and whales and birds. Yes, they do. Amanda says, oh, and those Cybertrucks are bulletproof, too. Yeah, but don't throw a steel ball at the window. It won't work. Aaron says, electric jet would be a drone, basically. Basically, yep. And also, wouldn't be trustworthy to put people in it because electric things have a tendency to run out of electricity. It's Me says, why not make an engine that runs on hemp oil? They have. I don't know if you know this or not, but before the invention of the cotton gin and the forceful outlawing of marijuana, hemp was America's #1 export for quite a while. And it could have turned out that we made everything out of hemp, but it was gaining in traction until the cotton gin came out and it became ridiculously cheap to make cotton. And then that guy, Whitney, I can't think of his name. I think it's Whitney. Eli Whitney or something like that. He ran a campaign to denigrate and demonize marijuana. Remember those old commercials? Aaron says, oh, sorry, I read that one. John said, Jake, I meant the guitar you wanted. You meant the guitar I wanted. I don't see what you're talking about. Oh. Nope. What do you mean you meant the guitar I wanted? Talking about when you go to Japan? Yeah, Fender Stratocaster, Japanese-made Fender Stratocaster. Amy says, it's me. Supposedly, there was a guy who invented a car that ran on water, but he died mysteriously. Not only that, before he died, they tried to buy it from him and shelf the project. Ford Motor Company did. It was a shop teacher somewhere up north, Michigan or something like that. And him and his kids built a car that ran on water. It would turn water into hydrogen, and it would run that way. It was just water. The byproduct was water. It would leak water out the tailpipe. That's all it did, right? Ran just on water, nothing else. And they got rid of that fast, and you never hear about it anywhere on the news because big oil makes a lot of money. And if it's easy and cheap to make a car that runs on water. That'll put Big Oil out of business. And the one thing Big Oil does not want is to be put out of business. For sure. Amanda says, right, Aaron. And Trump's new fighter has drone capabilities. So, interesting. Unlimited drone capabilities. That is the F-47. We talked about that last time on Politi-tics. And let me tell you what I saw of it, I can understand why people have been seeing UFOs. They showed the front profile of it, or not profile, the front, very front portion of it, the front wheel and the nose, and then the rest of it was grayed out with smoke, so you couldn't see it, because it still is a secret aircraft. So they didn't want to show anything that the enemy could look at and reverse engineer, I guess. But it was pretty interesting, that thing. Look for it. It's a triangular airplane. Aaron says, I told you they had those, Amanda. They fly them with a joystick. Yeah, they got a little box with a screen and a joystick and a bunch of keypads. And they fly it, put on the headphones and fly it right there wherever they're at. Sit down in a warehouse and fly drones all over the place. Amy says, but if I've heard of cars that run on used fryer grease, biodiesel type stuff. Oh, yeah. Willie Nelson's bus runs on biodiesel. He makes it himself. And apparently it's not that hard to do. If you can get like a contract with a restaurant like McDonald's or something and get their grease trap every day when they, or once a week, however they do it when you empty it out, you could take that grease and then turn it into fuel and then drive your vehicles with it. It's pretty interesting how they do that. Amanda says, crazy, Aaron. Amy says, the F-45, sixth generation jet fighter. F-47. Yes, sixth generation. It's faster and better than anything we have today. Amy says, Stanley. Yes, but there's another one, and I can't think of what it's called. But all the girls go out and buy them because they look cool or something. I don't know. It's a fashion. Ninja says, auto theft. All right. Amanda says, yes, Amy. I knew a guy who had a van that ran on propane. Well, that's not hard to do. Any car that has a carburetor, you can convert into running on propane. We do that to forklifts all the time. Most forklifts run on propane because it was cheaper. I don't think it is now, but it used to be cheaper than gas. A lot cheaper. But you can convert a carburetor over to you can take the fuel lines and convert them to propane lines pretty easy. You can't do it with a car that's fuel injected, but if it has a carburetor, you can do that. Put you a tank in the back and go for it. It's called a Stanley, says Amy. I believe you're right. Aaron says, I knew about them 10 years ago, but couldn't talk about the planes yet. Cool. That's right. You work some kind of military contract, don't you, Aaron? Amanda says, I bet that crap drives you crazy sometimes, Aaron. Want to tell everyone, but can't. Yep. Amy says, thanks, John, for that super chat. And John says, love you, everyone. Here's £5. Thank you, John. Amanda says, woohoo, thanks, John. And Aaron says, Stanley, right? And Amanda says, it's Oak Brook, Illinois, what I was talking about earlier. Got it. Aaron says, it blew up because of TikTok. You'll have that. Aaron says, Cup survived the house fire. Right on. Oh, you mean the Stanley Cup blew up because of TikTok? Yeah. And I think there's a name like Tucker or something like that. I can't remember what it is. But it's a cup. And I'm sure Stanley makes it. But all the little jogging girls, you know, do the power walking. They all want one. So they're selling like hotcakes right now. They're very expensive cups. Amanda says, damn, Aaron. Those cups were $200 for a while, right? That's ridiculous. Amy says, the 3-dot Indians drops a menu. The 3 dots in the upper right corner. Oh, never mind. Not the 3-dot Indians. How to like. Hit the 3 dots up in the top corner. And it'll drop down a little menu. And then you can choose like, share, and subscribe and all that stuff there on an Android phone. Thank you, Amy. I'm lost. Aaron says, I hit the thumb. I got it. Well, now there's 13 people in chat and only 10 likes, so now only 3 people hadn't hit the like button. So congratulations, you did it. Amanda says, way to go, Aaron. John says, I had one, Jake, as a 1300cc, had police chase on it, 130 mile per hour. Wow. That's cool. 1300cc. That's got to be a big motorcycle. Linda Davis says, hi, all. I'm in New Jersey tonight. Rock on. Hi, Linda. How are you, sweetie? Ninja says, in Waycross, they're not supposed to chase you after 100 miles per hour. Yeah. That's a rule in a lot of places because it becomes dangerous at some point when you're chasing people. So if they get up to a certain speed, you're supposed to just let them go. They never do that, though. They have ways of catching you. Amy says, Linda, safe travels, my friend. Right on. And Amanda says, hi, Linda, hun. Nice to see you. Enjoy. Amy says, Linda, I got your package today. Thank you. I just been busy and haven't had a chance to call you yet. Yeah, she will call you. And Amanda says, Florida's like that too, Ninja. Anything over 100, you can't pursue. I wish I'd have known that when I was a kid. I'd have just floored it. Aaron says, they send the bird now, Amanda. Right. They watch you with the helicopter. You can't get away. There ain't nowhere you can go. Under a bridge and then jump out of the car and run back. I don't know. It ain't smart to outrun the police. I can tell you that. They don't like it. They don't think it's funny. And when they catch you, they're probably going to billy club you in the jaw. Linda Davis says, great, Amanda. Just call when you get a chance. I'm here. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. Get you an epi lady. Epi lady? What is an epi lady? Is that like a regular lady when you have an allergic reaction? You just poke her in the leg? An epi lady? I am going to have to go to bed. My eyes are crossing and I can't think straight. Void Adventures, what's up? He says, my Democrat friend refuses to believe that Trump is doing what he said he would do. He asked if I would regret voting for Trump, and I told him that I voted for what Trump said he'd do. Right on, Void Adventures. Well, he has been doing that, and the only things he hasn't done is because he's being held up by lower courts signing petitions against him. So the Democrats, and if you listen to Chuck Schumer, he'll tell you that they installed something like 280 judges all over the country to do this very thing, to fight Trump. So everything he tries to do, they strike it down, and then you have to go to the Supreme Court, and it's a big whole rigmarole, and it puts a damper on what he's trying to get done, for sure. Amanda says, hi, Void. Void says, hi, Amanda. And Amanda says, okay, Linda, I sure will call you. Amy says, hi, Virginia. Void says, hi, Amy. And Amanda says, you're definitely going to have to explain what all they do and how to take them. LOL, I'm lost, Linda. Yep, that was nice, though. Very smelly in a good way. Aaron says, did Denzer made the Fiero? I don't know. Dick Denzer. Dick Denzer made the Fiero. Okay. What a name. Dick Denzer. What's your name? Dick. Dick Denzer. Interesting. I believe I'd say it was John, I'm John. Linda says, there is a very little signal here, and it comes and goes as the wind blows. Oh, no. That's not good at all. I got to have internet. Amy says, Void, we all have friends and family like that. We can use facts and reason, but it's up to them to use the information correctly. Pray for them. Right on. Yeah, unfortunately, some of them don't want to know the truth, so that's why facts don't matter. Burning up in here. Amanda says, yeah, Aaron, and Pontiac produces them. I think he was talking about who designed the car. And Amanda says, bummer, Linda. Amy says, Dodge Challenger with T-tops. Nice. I like a Challenger. I like the old Challenger. I ain't crazy about the new one. Oh, the dual fuel is electric and fuel. I got it. Prius, a pregnant skateboard. Lack of masculinity on tap. But chicks look pretty cool in a Prius. Aaron says, yep, but Turkish made. Yep, but Turkish made, Amy. What's Turkish made? Prius? Void Adventure says, Porsche made the Moss tank. Cool. Are you talking about the little electric tank I was talking about earlier? Otherwise, I don't know what you're talking about. The only tank I'm aware of is the Sherman. Void says, I think I want a Porsche. NIW. What does NIW stand for? Don't know that one. Amanda says, I had a Geo, a Toyota Prism, and couldn't kill it. Are you saying Geo is made by Toyota? I don't think so. It might be. I don't know. Aaron says, you can have mine. Right on. I don't want one. Amy says, the Dodge Challenger with T-tops my husband was driving back in the late 80s. Nice. I like the Dodge Charger. You can call me old-fashioned, but I think that's the sexiest car that was ever devised. It's a beautiful, beautiful instrument. And maybe it's just because I grew up watching the Dukes of Hazzard, but I love those cars. John says, a couple years ago, I went to Santa Pod Drag Track, done 200 miles per hour on a motorcycle. Wow. That's got to be scary. I've done like 110 and I was terrified. I felt like the wind could just push me right off that thing at any time. Amanda says, I want your Porsche, Aaron, but you can make the payments. Ha! I think there's a name for that. It's B says, dual fuel is called flex fuel for ethanol and E85 and regular fuel, but ethanol dries out gaskets. I heard that. And it can't be good for the motor for sure. Aaron says, I bought the shell and built it 1 year at a time. No payments. Cool. So you literally have the Johnny Cash car. That's awesome, Aaron. I've thought about doing that very thing myself. Amanda says, I thought at first your picture was a VW Bug, Aaron, and then I looked at it full size and realized it was a Porsche. Nice. Aaron says, yep, that's zoomy. Amy says, flex fuel, dual fuel. I don't feel well, so I don't want to get into semantics. It's an electric Prius that she puts gas in occasionally. Right on. It don't matter. I was just trying to figure out what it was, what it meant. Not semantic argument. Just talking. I'm sorry you don't feel good. Aaron says, the dragon. The dragon? You named your Porsche the Dragon? Scary. Ninja says, my whole childhood was growing up in a junkyard. That sounds fun. I would have loved that. I wanted to own a junkyard when I grew up, when I was a kid. But it's because I wanted to make big robots that you drive around. That's a cartoon thing. I was pretty sure I could do it, though. Aaron says, so cool, Ninja. Right on. Amanda says, that's why you named your car, Aaron. Or that's what you named your car, Aaron. Aaron says, yep, Zoomy. A dragon named Zoomy. Interesting. How does it handle? I heard that Porsches have a different way of handling than other cars. Does it slide a lot in the back end? Amanda says, LOL, too funny. Amy says, wind turbines hurt large birds of prey. They do. The top of the food chain goes, it destroys the ecosystem. Which is why windmills are a bad idea all the way around. Void Adventure says, my grandfather used to work at a junkyard, and he told me the very first thing he had to scrap was a bright pink 1977 Lamborghini Countach, however you say that. Aaron says, took 25 years to build. I started in high school and I had nothing. Huh? Countach. However you say it. That's cool, Aaron, that you had the stick-to-itiveness to build that over that period of time and that you had the foresight to know you would have something cool at the end of that project. That's awesome. I couldn't think of nothing like that when I was in high school. I just couldn't wait to get laid. Aaron says, Void, I'd like to buy a junkyard. Sorry, a junk P1. I don't know what a P1 is. Where'd you go? Okay. Chat jumped again. I'm trying to find where I was. There we are. It's me says 2014 darts don't look. Or 2014 darts look like a baby Charger. All right. I hadn't seen the newer ones yet. Void says, ha. Amanda says, so you can definitely say built, not bought. Way to go, Aaron. When you work on something that hard, you tend to respect it more. Absolutely true. If you built that thing, you know every bolt in it. You know every sound it makes, and you appreciate the hell out of it. Amy says, babies need charging? Sometimes. Aaron says, facts, Amanda. I was no silver spoon fed. Right on. That's a lovely thing to be able to put something together as a teenager and build it over a period of time, and then when you're an adult, you get to appreciate having it. That's fantastic. Whoever your dad was, applaud to him. Amanda says, I hear you. I know that feeling. Do you? John says, wind farms affect whales' sonar for migration. Yeah, I forget exactly where it was. I think it was Scotland where they did that study. There's somewhere around where you're at, there's a big field of them out in the ocean. A big farm of these wind turbines. And so they did a lot of studies about how it affected the wildlife and found out it was screwing with the whales, causing them to beach. It's not a good thing, man. Void says the Cybertruck is more of an office work truck. It can hold some things, like me, my girlfriend, and our future kids, maybe some groceries. But when it comes to office work, it's definitely good. Really? You have one? I imagine those things are crazy expensive, too. I've never really looked into it. Aaron says, have you seen the Cybertruck that folds back into a pickup truck? Yeah. Amanda says, no, Aaron, I bet that's cool. It is. But I still can't see taking a boat to a boat ramp in one of those things, or, going hunting, or baling hay and hauling it across the farm in a Cybertruck. Just doesn't seem right to me for some reason. Ninja says Kawasaki Ninja made an electric bike in 2024. Yeah, Harley tried that too. A Harley electric bike. Talk about two things that defeat each other's purpose. It was weird. Aaron says, look up the video. I'll check it out. Amanda says, oh, wow, Ninja. Aaron says, Elon's in it. Amanda says, I will, Aaron. I'll check out that foldy truck. Amy says, this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs, fry pan. Unfortunately, no drugs here. I'm just tired. John says, yes. And Aaron says, LOL bulletproof, but not fireproof, right? Not steel ball proof either. Amanda says, LOL Amy. Boyd says, yep. I still get that commercial, the egg in the frying pan. Makes me want to smoke even more. They don't understand that people want to get high. They also don't understand that when they get high, they have the munchies, and showing them eggs might not be the way to get them off drugs. They're thinking, dude, I want an egg sandwich. True story. Amanda says, right, Aaron? Too soon. Aaron says, all y'all need is a pulsar, or basically a big taser, and the truck shorts out. It's electric. Yep. Don't get struck by lightning in that car. Has anybody tested that? I know cars get struck by lightning all the time, but I wonder what would happen if a Tesla truck got struck by lightning. Amanda says, right, Aaron, it would short circuit. Or it might come alive and try to take over the world. I don't know. I saw a movie once. Amanda says, I bet a strong enough magnet could cause problems with them too. Like the kind they use to pick up cars at the junkyard. I bet you that would scramble it. Bill said, did you see China's satellite doing dogfighting maneuvers in space? They stole that from us, I hope, LOL. I did not see that, but how does a satellite do dogfights? It doesn't have a propulsion system, does it? Aaron says, Amanda, that's true. It would sort of be the interference, or it would sort the interference. Are you saying the truck has a plan for that kind of situation? Amanda says, exactly. Ford says, did you know that up until Trump's presidency, Russia and China could just come over here and tell the president to let them see, and the president would legally have to show them every secret project? I did not know that. I imagine it had something to do with legalese and discovery or something like that, but I'm not sure why that would be, why you would want to show your enemies secret things. But I hope Trump fixed that. Ford says China and Russia tried that with Trump, and he left that treaty altogether. and they came back with Biden, and he resigned. And he resigned it. And I'm just waiting for China to want to see our new jets for that to go away. Well, I don't think they're going to get to see it. Aaron says, Tervis tumbler. Maybe. It starts with a T, but I'm not sure. Amanda says, thermos? No, not a thermos. I'll hear it. I hear it all the time, so I'll hear it sometime this week. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's the thing I was thinking about. It won't do this conversation any good, though. It's me says interest rates are sky high. Trump has not made a resolve on the economy yet. He better get on the ball. Social Security is under Robert Kennedy scrutiny now. More cuts towards the poor. No, I don't think so. I think it's a flux thing. It takes a while to change things and to get things going in a different direction. And there's a lot of things that Biden did that we have to undo before we can do the new thing. So it's going to take a year or so before all this levels out. But don't worry. They have a plan. Amanda says, tumbler? It's not a tumbler again. I mean, it is a tumbler, but the tumbler has a name, and I can't remember what it is. And it might be Stanley, but it don't sound right in my head. And when I hear it, I'll know. Ford says, and what has Biden done? It's me. Nothing. Matter of fact, that's one of the reasons it's taken so long to get through all of this, because, number one, every judge in the country that was appointed by Chuck Schumer is trying to stop Trump in his tracks. So they got to go through all that through the Supreme Court. And number two, it just takes time to undo bad things and then fix it and then redo it in a good way. Look at all that money they're saving from Doge. At some point in the near future, all that money is going to be reconverted back into the economy, and then you'll see a boost in all kinds of things when that happens. Amanda says, he's working on it, it's me. Eggs, gas, and some food has come down already. It's a process, and it's not going to happen overnight. Amy says, I planted some cucumbers, and I can't wait to make pickles. Nice. I've never made a pickle before. I've always just bought them. Aaron says, that's cool, Amy. Void says, the eggs and bread and gas are because of the Houthis terrorists closing the Suez and the US-15X, more powerful than the Houthis could ever imagine. We just submit under the Biden administration. Yeah, but no more of that. Trump is going the other direction with that now. That's what's happening in Yemen right now. There's some stuff going on over there that we don't really understand. All we hear is that they're bombing again, and every liberal in the world is out there saying, look, he's a war president now. No, he's handling things that were there when he took office. He didn't start it. He's just going to fix it. Batshit Crazy says, John H. Similar modded KZ1000 long ago. Wheelie bar 2. Nice. Amanda says, besides, it's me. Biden messed up so much crap. Trump is trying to sort it all out, working 7 days a week. Something no other president has ever done. Right on. Amanda says, hi, Batshit. Batshit says, hey, folks. Epilady is an electric tweezers. It looks like a mini roller, and it plucks hair fast so it don't hurt. Epilady. Clave shaves close as a blade or your money back. Schumer is inciting violent acts from his followers, says Amy. Yes, he is. and that guy ought to be arrested or something, or at least fired. I don't like Chuck Schumer at all. He's a very slimy dude. Amanda says, that's not surprising, Amy. All the Dems are showing their true colors right now. Batshit Crazy says, RFK and the rest are under POTUS. Trump can delete any of them with a pen anytime. Yep. Aaron says, what acts are they doing? Y'all have to excuse me. I think I got something going on. I'll be back in just a minute. Y'all stick around. All right. Sorry about that. I think I got a little food poisoning. It's all better now. Sometimes you got to go. I thought I was just tired. My eyes crossing, getting all flush and hot. Next thing you know, whoop, I had to go throw up. So I'm back. I'm better. It's all good. Whew. Amy Elizabeth says, I sent Amanda a video. The guy asks, would you rather date a liberal or an illegal immigrant? And he said an illegal immigrant because at least you know they're female. Damn, that's harsh. Aaron says, thank you guys for being my friends. I need this today. Aaron, God bless you, sir. We love you. Don't matter what happens, I'll be here. I'm your buddy. I'll even sit here while I'm sick. Apparently I'm sick. I didn't know that until just now, but if I get up and run again, you know what's up. A little lightheaded. Amanda says, LOL, right, Amy? And, oh, Aaron, we're always your buddy. Don't you worry about that. And by the way, if you get lonely or sad or upset or you need to talk, email me. I'll talk to you. Doesn't matter what time it is. Batshit Crazy says, FWIW in America is not SI. I don't know what that means, Batshit. for we in America is not C. I got the Nazi part, but I don't know what FWIW is. You have to be more specific. Amy says, what acts? They are violently assaulting people, swatting, damaging property, threatening. The liberals? Yes. Aaron says, oh, man. John says, I a thrill seeker. I love speed. Adrenaline rush. Aaron says, that's sad, Amy. Yes, it is. It's a bad world we live in, and there's some confused folks out there that don't really know their way up at the moment. That being said, hopefully it'll all equalize out over the next couple of years, and we'll see some improvements in the world that we live in. Right now, the liberals have pushed it just about to the edge of the cliff. And by liberals, I mean the crazy left-wing woke nonsense people. I don't mean every liberal or Democrat-minded person. Some of those, even though I disagree with them, have some intelligence, have some integrity. But the ones that are running the show right now have lost their freaking minds, and you can bet your ass they just about destroyed this country. Now, if the adults stand up and take over and stay in charge for a little while, there's a good possibility we can work our way back from the edge of the cliff. But it's going to take some effort, and it's going to take a lot of red pilling, a lot of people waking up to the nonsense. Just watch Jon Stewart, his most recent thing on the internet, where someone was reading to him stuff that USAID was doing, and he was tripping out because he just didn't know. He thought he bought into the nonsense, but he didn't know the actual numbers. And when he saw it, it was a big red pill moment for Jon Stewart. Also, Bill Maher is coming around. He's saying a lot of things nowadays he would have never said 10 years ago, because he is waking up and realizing that he is on the losing end of this battle. We are winning the culture war, folks. You just have to stay pushing forward and keep saying your opinions, no matter how many times you get censored, no matter how many times people get offended, no matter how many times they tell you not to say it. Keep saying what you think is true. Batshit says we're significantly reliant on the Suez Canal. That's primary European Union and Asia and Australia, etc. Amanda says, I'm a thrill seeker too, but on 4 wheels, LOL. It takes a special kind to be on 2 wheels, but I hear you. You like riding with me. Don't even pretend like you don't. Whew. Might got a little touch of food poisoning or something. Amy says, there's a video of Chuck Schumer saying he's got people going into Republican strongholds and forcing them to change their minds or pay the consequences. And he's openly talking about their tactics. Yeah, he's the guy that had appointed like 280 judges that their sole job is just to thwart everything Trump does. Now, ask yourself, if the party is interested in America being a better place, why would they go against the sitting president on everything he does when everything he's doing is trying to make the better place for us to live? You know, at some point you got to say, hey, maybe we should just chill out and let them who actually won the vote run the country. They're not going to do that, though. Mr. P says, much love, guys. Hope everyone is well. Hey, Mr. P. Hey, John. How you doing? Good to see you, buddy. I'm over here struggling, fighting not to throw up again. Amanda says, LOL, nothing has changed with you since high school, Jake. This is true. What are you talking about? I am the same guy. I just got bigger. Amanda says, hey, Mr. P, how you doing? And Aaron says, it takes a turn with a sharp turn radius, basically. The handling of the Porsche, yes. I heard that it handles differently, but I've never driven one, so I don't know. But I know that they're oddly long and slender cars, so I would imagine they curve differently than other cars do. Isn't there something about the clutch? Isn't it mounted differently than other clutches or function differently than other cars' clutches? I'm just basing what I know on what Joe Rogan has said because he's a Porsche guy. I've never actually been in a Porsche. I have no idea what they're like. Amy says, hey, Mr. P. John says, not so good, honestly, but the suck is only temporary. Well, John, if you need help, reach out, buddy. We ain't gonna let you starve or anything. So if you need something, let me know. Mr. P says, God bless all y'all. And God bless you too, sir. Don't sit over there and be suffering now. If you need something, let us know. We got you back. Amanda says, oh, Mr. P, sorry, man. Keep your head up. Randy Humphrey says, message retracted. That's a way to start a conversation, Randy. How are you? Welcome to the show. Amy says hi. And Amanda says hi. Mr. P says, thanks, ladies. Amanda says, LOL, I do, Jake. I wasn't silver spooned. Right on. Batshit Crazy says, everyone I know who put a deposit on a Tesla truck bailed and made a profit doing so. Interesting. A P1 is a McLaren. Okay, got it. Thank you, Aaron. I didn't know what that was. Amy says, Jake can't read it if you retract it, Randy. That's right. I can't see it if it ain't there. Randy says, it was a dirt track. Right on. What was a dirt track? Amanda says, LOL, Aaron. Jake has to get up with all the car lingo and types. Yeah, I'm an old school guy. I don't know much about the new stuff. Aaron says, my mom, dad was crap, LOL. My bad. You know what I meant, though. Some parent had the foresight to teach you that. That's what I meant. Mom was good. I hear you, buddy. Well, God bless your mom. Amanda says he's all guitar and music. That's what fills his mind. And he can look at a guitar from a distance and tell you what it is, and he can hear one and tell you too. This is true. It's me says, well, Jake and YouTubers, have a great weekend. It's bedtime. It's me. God bless you. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Amanda says, good night, it's me. Amy says, I fried bacon this morning, then my eggs, farm fresh double yolk, 2 days in a row. Awesome. I had breakfast today, too. Eggs and bacon and grits and toast. It was good. That might be why I'm throwing up now. I don't know. Amanda says, nice, Amy. We had eggs and bacon and grits and toast for breakfast this morning. See, I told you. Batshit Crazy says, modern motorcycles are ridiculously powerful. 600 cc's can do 11 quarter mile and weigh 401 pounds, 401 pounds, small bikes. Yeah, my Harley weighs about 1,000 pounds. It's right at 1,000. I think it's like 968 pounds, something like that. Bill Bennett says, good night, Untethered Live family. Bill, God bless you, sir. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a good night and see you tomorrow night. John says, I'm going to say good night, everyone. Bless you all. The clock went forward an hour. Much love. See y'all tomorrow night. Bible study. John, God bless you. Thank you for the super chat, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Amanda says, good night, Bill and John, and whoever else said that we're going tonight. I guess it was just them two. What it is. What's up, buddy? He says, I just found out that I got to work nights starting tomorrow. We are hauling asphalt. The state only wants that done at night to avoid day traffic. Well, you can watch the show during the day after you wake up and just leave a comment. It ain't as fun, I know, but we'll miss you. How long you got to do that? Is it a short job or a long period job? How much road are you working on, I guess is what I'm asking. Amy says, good night, John. And Amanda says, good night, John. Amy says, good night, Bill. And Amanda says, good night, Bill. And, oh, boy, what it is. Fun. Batshit Crazy says, peace out, everybody. Bat, thank you for being here. God bless you, sir. How you doing? Christine Marshall, I hadn't seen you in a while. Welcome. How you doing, buddy? Christine says, I love you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. I've been doing very good. Busy. I'll be tuning in next month, though, hard. Well, you come on. We'll be looking forward to having you here. And I'm glad you're doing well. That means you're making money, right? That's excellent. We want prosperity. That's what we want. Amanda says hi, by the way. Aaron says, satellites have propulsion. Well, I know they've got little bursts of air that they can keep themselves in orbit, change their position, but I didn't think they could fly around, I didn't think they had the kind of storage capacity for that kind of fuel. It takes a lot of fuel to fly in space. And it ain't like they're getting refueled. It's a satellite. It sits there for a long time. The only time it uses its little thrusters is to stay in orbit. If it starts decaying, it'll boost itself back out to a comfortable position. I don't really know if I would call that propulsion or just, alignment. Christine says, hey, Amanda, hearts and one of those smiley faces. Amy says, are you talking about a circle? A tumbler that has a flavored nozzle for water? No, that's not the one I'm talking about. I can't believe. I guess I'm going to have to look that up. Let's see if I can find it. Wouldn't you know it? I don't even know how to look for it. Tumbler that all the girls want. I don't know why this is important. It's not. It's just one of those things that gets stuck in your mind and you can't let go of it. I'm not gonna worry about it because I can't remember, and I'll be sitting here looking for an hour trying to figure it out. Randy says, I believe that the electric transportation system should be gasoline powered for at least another 40 to 50 years. We are not going to be here much longer. I'm hoping that's not the Lord come soon. I'm hoping that's not. The Lord is coming soon. Yeah, I don't know when that's going to happen, Randy. I wouldn't bet on it being tomorrow. I don't know that we'll see it in our lifetimes. I think our kids might. It's got to be pretty close. I mean, we're in the last days. We're in the generation of the fig tree, which is the generation that all this stuff is supposed to happen in. So it's got to be in the next 50, 60, 70 years. That being said, you can't live like the world's going to end tomorrow. It won't be productive. You have to live like every day is going to be exactly the same and you're expecting the sun to rise tomorrow. You got to make plans for that until the day comes that you don't have to. Because if you don't, you're going to end up living your life for something may not happen in your lifetime, and that'll put you in a bad situation. So I think all things should be looked at through the lens of we're going to be here for a while, including our power system. Now, it's just the truth that gasoline works. It's reliable, it works, and we have plenty of it, and it don't shut off when you need it the most like electric cars will, because they'll get cold or drain their energy or something, go through a sunspot. Next thing you know, you're on the side of the road trying to find a place to plug in. It's not a good system. It just doesn't work. It's a scam. It's a way for them to make money on environmental things, and nobody's ever taken it seriously because it's not a good option. That's the reason we don't have a fleet of electric cars now. There's more than there ever has been before. But that being said, remember that the first car that ever existed was an electric car. So they've been doing this for a while. But it's just not a good system. It just ain't going to work out. It's just like driverless cars. It's not going to be a thing we need to do. Yes, they will try, and they might even succeed for a little while. But I assure you, the ramifications of going driverless will be detriment to this country, because I think it's something like 70% of our workforce is drivers. That's a lot of drivers that will not have a job if everybody goes driverless. What are they going to do? Learn to code? They drive. That's what they do. That's what they're good at. You're going to put a lot of people out of work. A lot of people are going to be unhappy. And when they sense that coming, and write it down that I said so, it doesn't matter what side they're on, when they sense their impending doom coming, they will vote against the people that are doing that. Ergo, it'll stop happening. Just like when the Democrats take over, they reverse everything Trump does. When Trump takes over, he reverses everything they did. That's the way it's going to work. So it doesn't matter what the idea is. Yeah, we'll have driverless cars and they'll all be electric, unless a Republican votes, and then you won't, right? So it's nice to talk about, but these things are not good ideas. Aaron says it helps keep attitude and inclination, right? Keep the alignment. And most have monopropellant and hydrazine thrusters. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know they can do that because, orbit just means you're falling but missing the Earth. That's what orbit is. You just fall past the Earth and you keep doing that. It's kind of like going in a triangle around the Earth, right? So, anything that's falling is falling towards the center of gravity, which means if you're in orbit, that orbit is constantly decaying over time till you orbit to a point where you no longer miss the Earth, which means every so often they've got to readjust to stay in a place where they miss the Earth when they fall. So all satellites, unless they're the ones that are out in the Lagrange point, which is a pretty good distance away, and those sit stationary, they don't orbit, they're just in one spot. Those, I don't think they have to have thrusters of any kind, but the ones that are orbiting the Earth absolutely have to have thrusters to keep themselves in position. But I don't know that they have enough fuel to be doing dogfights and maneuvers, because that takes a lot of power and a lot of fuel. And if they do have that, somebody said the Chinese were doing dogfights with a satellite. They're up there for another reason. They have enough fuel to be doing that. Trust me, that's a spy endeavor of some kind. They're not just satellites. They might call it that on the news, but they're up there for another reason if they got that kind of fuel. Most satellites are smaller than a Volkswagen, Some of them are even smaller than a baseball, or a basketball, rather. So they don't have a lot of room for fuel, is what I'm saying. I'm not doubting you. I didn't think about it in that way. Christine says the world elites are trying to build their breakaway civilization in Antarctica. They have huge advanced facilities there already, and now Russia's planning on making theirs. Conspiracy theorist? I think it's too late. Interesting, Christine. The one thing I know about Antarctica for sure is it's really cold. Not my idea of a summer home. What it is says, I am an employee owner ESOP. My first year, our stock was at a point where I had $9,500 put towards retirement. And this is my second year, and the stock went and $22,000 more, making $31,000 total. Awesome. Congratulations. You can't retire on $31,000. You need to triple that, and then you might have enough to get by a few years. Quadruple it would be better. Amy says, I've got the screen door open to let the fresh air in. I get the internet. If I shut the door, no internet. Wow. You need to get one of those internet amplifiers that they sell. I don't know if they work, but they do sell them. Supposedly, you could plug them in and it'll amplify the internet in that area from wherever you are. So, like if you have no internet in the back of the house, but some in the front of the house, you could put one of those amplifiers in the living room and have internet all over the house. I don't know how that works, but look into it. Might help. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. Aluminium interference. Aluminium interference? I don't know. Amy says, I hope Jake is okay. Yeah, I just had to throw up real quick. Something turned in my guts, and I was getting pale-faced and lightheaded, and I had to go get rid of whatever was making that happen. But I'm better now. Thank you. Amanda says, he'll be right back. I'm back. Still a little lightheaded, but the urge to throw up has went away again. Does that say pew lousy? What it is? Pewlosie. Pew lousy. You mean Pelosi? Okay. Pelosi got booed out at her own town hall meeting. Town hall. She hauling ass. Town hall meeting in San Francisco, California. Well, she deserves to get booed out. She's a drunk with a vengeance complex. She's been in power way too long. She's made way too much money as one who serves the dark side. And it's about time she got booed off the stage. I honestly don't know why she's still talking. I think Hillary finally got the message. She said a few things here and there, but you hadn't heard a whole lot out of her. She finally realized that we're tired of her talking. Amanda says, good, what it is. She needs to keep her drunk ass at home anyway. See, I told you. Aaron says, LOL, Amanda, funny. It's true, though. That woman needs to learn how to glue her teeth in to start with, because every time she's talking, I keep expecting them to pop out of her mouth because they're flopping around in there. And second of all, she is totally a lush. I've seen her drunk many times. Or at least it looked that way. Amy says Victoria Spartz, the Indian congressperson from Ukraine, had very hostile crowd at her own town hall meeting yesterday. Interesting. What about this new one, Jasmine something or other? Jasmine Crockett. Ghetto and foul language and making fun of cripples and everything. Jesus Christ, they really need to not vote her in. I think she's the next big thing, though, so keep an eye on that crazy woman. Christine says, prayers for Jake. Thank you, Christine. I need all those I can get my hands on. Just a little ill this afternoon. Sorry about that. I hope it wasn't chunky. It was spaghetti. That's what I had for dinner. I think I overdosed on spaghetti. Looked like maybe reflux. It's not reflux. Christine says, good, Jake lit up that cigarette like we're good. I'm something. I'm here. Some strong ginger ale will help with nausea. I may have to do that because I'm feeling very nauseous. All of a sudden, like, it just hit me all of a sudden. I was feeling fine, and then, boom, nausea. And that's why my eyes were crossing. I thought I was just tired, but apparently something else is going on. And Amanda says, ooh, Amy, no, ginger ale is good for your stomach. Aaron says, I'm doing my peacock dance. Right on. What it is says, it's been a while since I hurled. It's not fun, no. And I don't do it lightly either. I hurl like a volcano. It's very bad. Excuse me. That was acid reflux. Whew. Amanda says, peacock, 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 peacock. And LOL right, Christine. And what it is says, hello, Amanda, and to the Untethered Live family. What's up, what it is? Nice to see you. Amanda says, hi, what it is. Amy says, I think they are acting that way because they never matured on an emotional level. Well, I've said it many times before. There's no such thing as an adult. And if you watch Congress, really watch their personalities, they act like they're in high school, all of them. It's like they never grew up. They're just high school kids that got gray hair and put on suits. But for whatever reason, those people, whatever that lifestyle is, they don't mature into adulthood. Most of them have never had a job before or had bills to pay or anything like that. Most of them live in very highfalutin societies, and the ones that don't end up living in highfalutin societies and are scared to lose it after a while. So they call it adult toddler syndrome, says Amy, and I believe that's right. Pardon me. I believe that's right. Those people are crazy. Amanda, will you pour me a glass of water, please, out of my jar? Thank you. I said, will you pour me a glass of water out of my jar, please? Gotta get this urge to hurl to go away. Amanda says they're acting like a fool because all their garbage is about to be public. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on, too. A lot of people have been caught with their hand in the cookie jar, and a lot of people have been caught with something else in the cookie jar, if you know what I'm saying. Thank you. Void says Trump almost flipped California. Only places in California that he lost were areas where the ultra-rich and Hollywood people are. The poor parts of California almost always voted red. California used to be a red state when I was a little boy even. And it wasn't until like the 90s where it flipped over to blue and stayed that way. But even in the 80s, in the early 80s, California was red. And I think it will be again. I think the large majority of California is red already. It's just the very powerful blue strongholds in California where Hollywood is, L.A., and San Diego, and the other San Francisco. Those places, those are basically the power of California, so everybody is to their whims. And that's why they have so much trouble with water and stuff like that, because Gavin Newsom has done a number with them and the previous governors, all the way back to, something on my face, all the way back to California, Arnold Schwarzenegger's governorship. They were doing some crazy things then, too. But it's interesting you say that, Void, because if you look at a voter map, the electoral map, every single state in the union trended Republican during this last election. He didn't flip every state, but he basically did, because all of them went conservative. All of them. Every single one. There's some that remained blue, but if you look at the numbers, they're all trending towards the red. I mean, they barely survived this election. Believe that. It was a phenomenon that has not ever been seen before, except maybe when Nixon was elected. But every state trended towards conservative. That was amazing. So by those numbers, the entire map should have been red. It wasn't, but only because of the really strong places like New York and Chicago. They managed to hold on, those kind of places, but just barely. So he really did have an election that was too big to rig, like he says. We wanted it too big to rig. It was, if you looked at the actual numbers, and this is with cheating, by the way, they did cheat. They did try to sway the election. It just was too big, you know. They did the same thing this time they did in 2020, only this time they didn't succeed. That being said, what Trump pulled off was amazing. His grassroots MAGA thing, that's phenomenal. Think about how many people have went over to the other side. How many Democrats have walked away from the party? Prominent ones like Tulsi Gabbard and RFK. Bill Maher is talking like a Republican now. Bill Maher, the guy that you get sick to listen to because of his complete liberal mindset. He's calling bullshit on their stuff. Then the ones that are out there are like this Jasmine Crockett character, really showing what a asinine, immature, uneducated person they can be. AOC is their favorite to run for president. That's who they've got. That's who they're pushing forward now. If that's all you can do, AOC, really, the bartender, you're not going to win the next election. So, I mean, what Trump did was a cascading effect, and it was magnificent. I just wish it was that much further over, because then everything would have been theirs. They won the popular vote. They won the Electoral College. Every state in the union trended towards Republican. They set themselves up for the midterms, the congressional hearings, and all that stuff. That's the wrong thing. You know, when they elect senators and stuff. So all that's looking good. The next election should tell the tale, and that's coming up here soon. Not too long from now, anyway. They'll be doing that. Maybe I'm pregnant. Maybe. If I am, I'm carrying a baby elephant. Hang on, my chat jumped again. Good gracious. Jumped a lot. All right. Void Adventure says, I read that one. Aaron says, they need God. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And peace. Well, there'll never be peace. That's one thing we will never have on this planet, ever. They'll cry peace, but there'll never be peace. Amanda says, absolutely, Aaron. What it is says, so is more dumb-ass celebrities waking up? Yeah. Is that a question or a statement? Either way, you're right. Amy says, and a psych eval, too. Yes, most of them definitely need a psych evaluation. Most of them are crazy and narcissistic and any other word you want to apply to them. They are bad. And they're starting to see that. I really think the world is trending towards waking up. Gen Z is very hopeful in that they're more conservative than any generation previous to them in this modern era. It looks to me like more of them are seeing reality as they grow. So hopefully in the next group of elections coming up down the road in 4 and 8 years and whatever, hopefully we'll see some evidence of that. I really hope so, because we can't go much further down. We're already living in the upside down. Everything's already backwards. If we go any further down, we'll just become a satanic country and start putting Satan on a dollar bill or something. I don't know. Amanda says, I don't know how you'd have gotten food poisoning. We both eat the same thing and I'm fine. I didn't say it was food poisoning. I said it might be a touch of food poisoning. I don't know why I just suddenly got sick and threw up, but the evidence is in the toilet if you want to go check it out. I didn't do it on purpose, and it's not your fault. Just, don't forget to take care of yourselves is what it is. I'm trying, buddy. That was a sudden thing. I didn't know it was coming. Maybe I just had a bubble that didn't go the right way or something. Who knows? And just because I threw up before you did, don't mean that you're fine. Maybe you might be sick in an hour. You never know. I'm doing a lot of talking and breathing here, so that might be why. John says, Brother Jake, go lay down. I hope you feel better soon. I will. I'm getting there. It's 10:44. I get back to the bottom of the chat, I'll call it a night. I can't let my people down just because I feel bad. That ain't how this works. I got to be here regardless. Aaron says, maybe you're not there yet. Right. Batshit Crazy says, car folks, look up 24-ounce 911 Porsche, circa 71, V6 Camry Accord will easily outrun them both. That's technology. You know what can beat a Porsche from light pole to light pole? We're not talking about an overall speed, by the way, just so you know, so don't let that fool you. What car can actually beat a Porsche from one light pole to the next, which I think is about 50 yards? Something like that. How far are light poles apart? Anyway, oddly enough, it's a Volkswagen Beetle. Apparently, it takes off faster than the Porsche does. That's why it can beat it. It's a very short race, though. If it has a long race, of course, the Porsche will win. Amy says, the textbook were chiseled in stone tablets when I was in school. Right on. Your math equation started with thou shalt not. Amanda says, well, I cooked it all, so I was tasting way before he was. I don't know. It may just be something I'm sensitive to. Might be all the medication for allergies. Who knows what it is? Might be something serious. Not likely, though. What you make, says Aaron. What you make? I make a trouble. Amanda says, we had spaghetti and garlic bread. Might be all that butter I ate. Might have been the breakfast this morning. The grease might have upset my stomach. Who knows? Don't know. I didn't expect it to happen. It just did. Aaron says, if I come there, we going to fix that. What's that? We're going to fix what? Well, you can come here anytime you want to, though. I'll pull the couch out or something. Batshit Crazy says, we have an MR2 Spider. The feel of non-functional engine. Non-frunked engine? I don't know what frunked is. Non-functional, I think you mean. Cars are addictive. Pedal front. Okay. It takes more effort to write like that than it does to just spell correctly. Why are you doing that? Is that like a identity thing? I'm batshit crazy. I'm gonna type all crazy like. Just spell the word, man. Don't make me have to do gymnastics. I just threw up, for God's sakes. Anyway, non-front engine, the engine in the back, is a crazy addictive. Pedal feel, steering noise, everything basically. Right on. He's trying to describe to me the difference between a front-loaded engine and a rear-loaded engine. And I imagine they do handle quite differently. The only one I've ever driven was that Fiero, and it was a very small car, so you really can't tell a lot about that. It's very small and very light. But its engine was in the back, and it felt like you was driving a rocket. Very fast on takeoff. Aaron says, I want some. I haven't had any. Spaghetti? You're welcome to it. Come on, it was delicious. Randy says, the tracks my uncle used to race at was dirt. Got it. Aaron says, the pasta. Yeah, she makes great spaghetti. Nice and thick, lush, and hamburgery, tomatoey. It's very good. Anyway, you're welcome to come eat dinner with us anytime, Aaron. Amanda says, LOL. Okay, Aaron, I'm an awesome cook. I will make you anything you want. Right on. What it is says, put a fan on you, Jake. That may help. I got one right there, blowing right in my face. Batshit says, message retracted. Aaron says, my mom used to make it. Pasta. Oh, yeah. Randy says, I had scrambled eggs and biscuits for breakfast or dinner. Either way, that's delicious. Were they homemade biscuits or the canned thing? Amanda says, nice, Aaron. I'm having vanilla bean ice cream right now. Aw. Amy says, I like scrambled eggs. Melt a little cheese on top with a dash of hot sauce. You know that's right. When I make a fried egg sandwich, I put hot sauce on it. Amanda says, I want sausage, biscuits, and gravy. Aaron says, I got a cheesecake. Nice. At least 25 miles, says what it is. What's 25 miles? The race between the Volkswagen and the Porsche? Oh, no, the Porsche would win in 25 miles. I'm just talking light pole to light pole. It's like 50 yards. I think that's how much asphalt he's got to put down. Oh, the asphalt. I was thinking about a different conversation. Yeah, 25 miles of road, so you'll be there a couple weeks. Night shift is not fun. Aaron says, SBG is my all-time favorite. Right on. I don't know what that is. Or sausage, biscuits, and gravy. Okay. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, it's good. It ain't my favorite, but it's good. I like homemade biscuits anyway. Buttermilk biscuits. Anything you can do. And I'll tell you something else you can do with a biscuit, too. I don't know if you've ever done this before, but after you've had biscuits for your dinner, whatever's left over, put it in the refrigerator. In the morning, take those biscuits out and cut them in half and butter one side of them and then fry them in a frying pan and then eat them with your coffee. Make you a little cake out of it. Man, that's delicious. You put a little jelly on it, eat it with your coffee. That's a very good flavor combination. Refried biscuits. Try that. Butter both sides and fry it just like you would a grilled cheese sandwich. And then eat it. It's good. Batshit says, sorry about earlier. Sorry about too early. Peace out. That you are shutting down. I'm not shutting down just yet. Sorry about too early. Peace out. That you're shutting down. But I'm not shutting down until I get to the bottom of the chat. Then I'm going to shut down and go to bed. But peace out if you're leaving early. Man, that's all right. I appreciate you being here. We love you. And we'll see you tomorrow night, and I'll feel better then. Amy says, Amanda, try using melted vanilla ice cream as a base for French toast. It's got the milk and the vanilla in it already. Just add the eggs and cinnamon. Not a bad idea. And you could technically call that fried ice cream. Amanda says, good night, Bat. And Amanda says, nice, Amy. I just might. That sounds like something right up her alley, too. She likes that kind of thing. Batshit says, accurate about most satellite platforms and spacecrafts having very limited maneuvering abilities over time, rare exceptions. Right. Now, I wasn't doubting that story. I'm sure they were doing that. But what I'm doubting is that they're satellites. If they're up there and they got that kind of maneuvering capabilities, they're doing something other than just being a satellite. Some kind of top secret stuff going on there. And Aaron says, I think it's the Tevis tumbler. It might be, but it don't sound right in my head, but neither does Stanley, and that's probably what it is, one of those two. And I'll find out tonight. It's a trivial thing that does not matter at all. It's just one of those words that I can't remember for some reason. I think I got Alzheimer's. Old timers can't remember shit. Amanda says, I don't know, Aaron. I'm thinking Yeti. It's definitely not Yeti, because Yeti is a brand, and what I'm thinking about is also a brand, but it's not Yeti, because Yeti's more towards fishermen and outdoorsy types. This is more like soccer moms and people that speed walk. And they got their little cup with them, and those cups are like $150 or something. They're ridiculous, but they sell out everywhere they go. And I cannot think of what they are, but it's a trend, and people talk about it all the time, so I'll find out. Aaron says, it's the one with the Lego that's Tervis. Okay, well, that's not it. And Amy says, driverless car? Jesus, done took the wheel. He's going to have to, because if they go driverless cars, a whole bunch of people are going to need Jesus, because they're not going to have any work. And despite limited thinking from Democrats, it takes a little longer to learn the code than a couple weeks. You're talking about a complete shift in mentality from people who are not especially tech savvy to start with. That's why they're drivers. It's more than just a night course in coding. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of thinking, and not every one of them is going to make that. Not just anybody can learn to code. You have to have an aptitude for it. Amanda says, yeah, Aaron. And LOL, right, Amy. Amy says, self-parking cars for people who can't parallel park. I got no problem with the parallel parking thing. Although, in my mind, I cannot see that working because you can't predict traffic. I hope that car can see oncoming traffic. I hope it don't just back right into whatever's coming. Void Adventure says, I need that for big rigs first. Haha. What, being driverless? They really don't need to do that. A lot of truck drivers in the world would not appreciate that. And Amanda says, yes, Amy, and Ford has an automatic trailer hookup feature, too. Where back into your trailer by itself? That's weird. Weird looking, I'm telling you. And Amanda says, LOL, Void, they need the automatic trailer hookup for big rigs first. Definitely. That I don't have a problem with, though. That and parallel parking or parking in general. But driving by itself, meaning you don't need anybody in the car, What's the driver going to do? Sit at home and watch his trucks go by? Batshit says, FYI, FWIW, the primary holdup on completely automated aviation and driving, training, even shipping liability. FYI and FWIW. For what it's worth. Is that what that means, for what it's worth? I think I got that right. I did have one brain cell left and it just fired, so. FWIW, for what it's worth. See, I learn something new every day. Batshit says, horrific liability is the holdup. Not much else, really, right? Well, despite all of their talk and how they promote these ideas, and despite how advanced our AI has become, I shudder to think of what it will do when the sunlight hits it. You ever been driving in your car and you turn around the curve and then you're right in front of the sun and it hits you in the face and everything goes white? Your instincts tell you how to handle that situation. You look down at the white line, or you imagine the road that you saw previous and then hope there's nothing in the way. There's a brief second there, though, where you can't see anything and literally anything could happen. Most of the time it don't. Most of the time you're fine. Put your hand up where you can see. How does AI handle that? Does AI know what it looks like when a child runs into oncoming traffic while it's being blinded by the sun? What's it going to do then? See, these are things I think about. And if I can't handle it, I know AI can't. If it's pouring down rain, does AI know the difference between a bright yellow coat or a hazard cone? You know, things like that worry me. And I don't think they've figured those things out yet. Because a lot of people they've pushed out driverless cars 2 or 3 times, and every time it ends in a fatality and they pull back for a year or so. That's happened 3 or 4 times already. Mostly in California where they test that stuff. But I could just imagine them rolling it out worldwide and just putting all trucks driverless. And the next thing you know, people are dying left and right because trucks don't know the difference between plaid and something. Anyway, maybe they'll figure it out. I meant rail traffic earlier. Got it. Well, batshit, hopefully they'll figure that stuff out before they roll it out. And I hope that they don't ever roll it out, because I can imagine many families just losing everything because of somebody's ambition to have driverless vehicles. It's like people that are trying so hard to invent AI. Have you not seen Terminator? Do you not know how this works? I saw a video today that they're building these anatomically correct robots. They're people. They have legs and heads, and they walk around and saunter, and they can take your groceries in the house and stuff. I'm just thinking, somebody please send them a copy of Terminator. Because that's how it starts. And it usually ends with Skynet taking over the world. And robots crunching on skulls as they walk down the street. I don't personally think that's going to happen, but the idea is there. And the fact that people are trying so hard to make themselves go extinct is beyond me. I don't understand why you would do that. We're going to build a computer that's 10 times smarter than people and can think faster than everybody, can have all of the world's knowledge in the blink of an eye. Why would you want that? You're single-handedly making everyone obsolete. Do you want the machines to take over the world? Because that's what you're pushing for. I don't understand. I'm team people all the way. Amanda says, rolling on the floor, laughing my ass off. Tribble is freaking out over a bowl of ice cream. You should see that dog. I put out a short. We gave her a piece of peppermint the other night, and she tripped out like she was on acid or something. She'd shake her head and run around it and bark at it and paw at it and jump around. Apparently, dogs cannot fathom the sensation of peppermint in their nose. It's quite funny. If you have a dog, give it a peppermint right now and see what happens. If it's anything like mine, it'll be an hour or two of entertainment right there. Batshit Crazy says, I have been inside Piper and other aircraft that landed completely without pilot action firsthand. Right on. Yeah. Well, planes do that all the time. Most pilots nowadays are just glorified monitor watchers. All they're doing is watching. They're not actually doing anything. Because when they get off the runway, they put it on autopilot, and it does the rest. It can take off, it can land, it can fly. All you got to do is pre-program it, and it'll do whatever it's programmed to do. That's not actually flying the airplane. They don't actually do that. I guess they got to know how, but they don't do it. They have autopilot. Amanda says, did y'all see Jake's short with Tribble eating the peppermint last night? It's too funny. Yes, if you hadn't seen it, go check it out. It's funny. Jasmine Crotch it. She's pretending to be ghetto. She's the one with the silver spoons, says Amy. Yeah. Yeah, she's one of those fakers. I've heard her talk. She's pleasant, but all that, yes, honey, and all that stuff, that's all fake. Hopefully people can see through that. I don't know why Democrats still do that. Kamala Harris was doing it in the last election, so they haven't learned not to do that yet. It's like they don't watch TV or don't have access to the internet when they're that popular or that rich. Because if they watched what I watched, they would know what humiliating fools they're making themselves look like. Both Crockett's parents are pastors, says Amy. Really? And she learned to act like she's acting? What kind of pastors are they? Amanda says he's pregnant when I threw up. Yeah, it hit me like morning sickness. All of a sudden, like. Amy says, maybe you're pregnant. Well, if I am, I'm carrying a baby elephant. You know what I'm saying? Amanda says, LOL. Amy and Aaron says, it's twins. They each carrying one. That's horrible. Jake, quit drinking. Rumpelmans. I don't know what Rumpelmans is. Batshit crazy. What is Rumpelmans? You mean Mountain Dews or coffees? Because that's the only thing I'm drinking. And water now. Water seems to be soothing it. My mouth is really dry, too. So that might be something else going on. Aaron says, Amanda says, LOL, yeah, Aaron, we'd definitely be rich then if we were both carrying twins. Yes, I would be cashing in on that immediately. I would be like, you know that apple emoji of the pregnant man? That's this guy right here. Where's my money? Aaron says, wait, that might be offensive to Jake. Sorry. What might be offensive to me? Nothing's offensive to me. You can't hurt my feelings. I'm cool as they come, buddy. But thank you for thinking about me. But what are we talking about? Oh, carrying twins? No, it's not offensive. Don't you worry about that. I can take a joke. I'm liable to say some racist stuff or some hateful stuff or some anti-religious stuff. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth, but it's all in good humor. I don't mean any of it. And also, I can take a joke. So don't worry about offending me. I can get happy in the same shoes I got offended in. Amanda says, LOL, Aaron. And Amy says, I wonder if Newscomb will be the Democrats' president nominee. No, I think AOC is where they're headed. He might be. He's in the running for sure. He's got a podcast going now trying to repair his image with the middle class. I mean, the central class, you know, the left of center and right of center. That's what his podcast is all about. He's trying to repair that image. He's come out against men and women's sports and things like that as if it was his idea, as if a year ago he wasn't out there promoting the exact opposite of that, calling for it, in fact. Yeah. One thing I've noticed about politicians is they think you don't remember yesterday. Because they act like that. They act like they didn't do what they did yesterday, and you won't remember it, so we'll just lie about it, and everything will be fine. I don't like that. I remember what you did. I was watching. One of the reasons I like Trump, and I've had people ask me earnestly, why did you vote for that maniac? I'll tell you why if you want to know. It's because 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, he was the same guy. He said it then, he's saying it now. That's why. Because I see him and I recognize what I'm looking at. When I see a Democrat, I see whatever facade they're putting up at the time, and I know it's a facade because I am not a moron. I know I'm being lied to, and I don't like that. That's why I don't vote Democrat. It has nothing to do with the politics. It has to do with the politician. I voted for Trump and all of his warts because I know who he is. I know what he'll do. I know what to expect, and he'll deliver on what I expect. Yeah. Amanda says, he's not a sissy, Aaron. He don't get butt hurt. Nope. I won't lose a minute of sleep about it. Aaron says, yep, Jake's a good guy. Thank you, Aaron. You are too, buddy. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but you're still a liberal. Amanda says that he is a good man, a good pukey man. And I think I made it to the bottom of the chat. And then it jumped. Ha! He says, you're not getting away that easy. Messed that all up. It jumped far, too. Whew. Amy says, Democrats like to curse a lot, too. Well, this one does. That Crockett, Jasmine Crockett, about every other word out of her mouth is a cuss word. And I don't think that looks professional. Just like that dude Fetterman that wears his hoodie and shorts into the Congress. Look, I know it's fake, but this is the office of the land. Have a little respect. Walk in like you're walking into the halls of Congress, not like you're walking into the gym. And when you're on stage in front of the constituents, speak with proper English and don't cuss. How about that? Is that too much to ask? You don't inspire confidence when you sound like a neighborhood rat. Aaron says, oh, I had to tell the bank to stop declining the membership fee, Amanda. FYI, they mark YouTube for some reason. I don't know why they would do that. Amanda says, well, damn, Aaron, maybe because it was so much right off the bat and not part of your usual transactions. Well, YouTube, it don't cost that much, but it could be because it's an internet thing. I don't know why they would do that. Some people don't have any trouble, and some people have trouble all the time. And I don't know why. I don't know how to fix that for you. But I see that you got your J tag. That's fantastic, man. Fantastic. Congratulations, Aaron. It looks good on you, too. Makes you look all official-like. Look at me, walking around with my J-tag like a badass. I'm proud of you. Aaron says, I've heard other people have that problem, and they use a third party, so they block. And that might be what's causing it, because it's through a third party. Well, hopefully they won't cause you any more trouble with that once you tell them what's up. Amanda says, true, Aaron. Aaron says, I fixed it. You go, man. Amanda says, that's awesome, Aaron. Jake should lay down, says Aaron. He should, but he's not gonna. Amanda says, he will soon, Aaron. Aaron says, facts. And Amanda says, yep, Jake. All that damn butter, it had a lot. I just toast and grits. That's not a lot of butter. Amy says, I wish I had a car. I hit a deer and totaled my Chevy. Oh, no. I've been driving my son's car, and he's been driving my late husband's truck. Oh, I'm sorry you messed your car up. I've done that before, too, and it does suck. I hit a little baby deer going about 60 miles an hour one night, and it just took the entire front end grill of my car. I had one of those Grand Marquis. It looks like a cop car from the 80s or 90s. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, totaled it. Busted the radiator and everything. And it was just a little deer. I'd hate to hit a full-grown one. Amanda says, oh, Amy, you'll get back right soon. Amy says, homemade gravy is easy to make. Yep, a little flour, a little grease. Bob's your uncle. Amy says, I wish I could donate, but I can't. Well, that's fine, Amy. That's quite all right. I understand. There's many ways to support the channel. You don't have to spend money. You could invite friends. You could spread the word. You could, help police the channel. There's all kinds of things you could do. Don't you worry about that. Just the fact that you're here and you're dedicated means everything to me. And if you get in a position where you can, then by all means do. But don't worry about it. This show is for you. Batshit Crazy says, can't spell better. We'll work on that. I can spell better. I'll work on that. I hear you. I was just wondering if that was like an identity thing, the way you type, because it's very, what do you call it? Phonetic. You spell like it sounds. There's a word for that, but I can't think of it. Amanda says, it's all good, Amy. You're here. That helps anyway. Amen. Your presence means more than anything. Amanda says, I like mixing things and trying new combinations of food, and Jake, not so much. But he'll eat what I feed him, even if it makes me throw up. It wasn't your food. I was joking. Stanley Yeti Owala Hydro Flask, says Amy. Nope, it's none of those. It's probably Stanley. It just don't sound right in my head. But it's the cup that everybody's buying, so can't be hard to figure out. Brewmate tumbler? No, it ain't that. Never mind. Let's just let it go, because it's going to drive me crazy otherwise. I'll post at 4 o'clock in the morning when I remember it. I'll community chat it so everybody can know that I remembered a word. The old brain just ain't too good these days. Patty says, good night and thank you both. Patty, God bless you. I love you. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow night. I'm going to. Amy says, Amanda and I must have done the same Google search. Probably. Amanda says, night, Patty. Aaron says, Trek tumbler. Right on. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. Yes, you push a button and leave everything alone, and it will back up the trailer unassisted. That's terrifying. I don't want to be in a car that's driving itself. Maybe I'm old school, but I like to have my hands on the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel, my ass. I'm driving. I love you, Jesus, but I'm driving. Amanda says, and you can watch on the backup camera. Now that I like. I've seen the car with the camera in the center and you can see, and it gives you little trails to follow. I like that idea. That's assisted driving, not the same as driverless. I'm pro people, team people all the way. The video description mentions an auto pen. Yes, we were trying to talk about stuff and then I had to throw up and I forgot about it. Biden, turns out, signed all those pardons with an auto pen, and we can't verify that he actually signed them. So it's entirely possible he didn't even know what was being signed. That's what that auto pen is. It just signs for you. So anyone could have put anything in there and signed it with his signature. And that's what Trump is calling bullshit on. So apparently they're going to contest a large number of those pardons and see where it falls in the Supreme Court. And hopefully a lot of them will get overturned because, again, you have to be the president. That's why we elect a president, so that he can make decisions on our behalf, the will of the people. If an auto pen can do it, you don't need a president. Just have the auto pen sign everything. So it turns out that when it's an official document, it's the law that the president has to sign it with his own hand in wet ink in the moment, not the auto pen where he could literally not be in the country when it's signing documents, which is the case in some of these instances. So that's what it is. An auto pen, if you don't know, is a little device about maybe the size of a small printer, and it's like a CNC machine. It's got a this way and a that way and a pen holder, and you put a pen in it and screw it down tight, and then you put your hand on it and sign a document with your signature, and then it records that motion. So then you hit print and then stick a piece of paper under it, and it'll go back and copy your signature, and it can do that thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times. It was invented for people that have to sign like autograph pictures, and they have a stack of 3,000 pictures, and they sit there all night signing their name. Now they could just stick it in an auto pen, and it'll sign them for them. And you can have an assistant load the paper, so you don't have to be there physically signing. And that's fine for presidents to use that, especially when there's thousands of things that need to be signed. But when it is a legal matter, a thing that will have to hold up in court, when it is a official presidential act, like signing an executive order or signing a pardon or something that has ramifications, you have to sign it with your hand. That's why you're the president. That's the power that you have. If you delegate it to a machine, all bets are off. Anybody can do it, and you don't even need to be there. So, yes, everything he signed with an auto pen is void. It is not his signature. And yes, you can tell. Maybe that helps. Amanda says, yes, how Biden signed a bunch of pardons with 2 auto pens. He didn't even know about them. Right. And it wasn't just one auto pen. It was 2 separate machines doing it, which means 2 different people were signing things into law while he was on vacation. One of those documents was signed while he was on vacation. Amy says, life imitates the movies. Haven't we learned from movies that AI is not kind to humans? Maximum Overdrive, Terminator, iRobot, etc. Yes. My point exactly. Amanda says, LOL, Amy, but per usual, the topic of conversation was everywhere else tonight. Aaron says, ask the guy that climbed in the back seat and went to sleep in a Tesla and died. Wow. Why did he die? Oh, because it was driving by itself? I got you. Definitely don't fall asleep while your car is driving. That's not a good idea. Amanda says, I have a robot to take my groceries in the house. His name is Jake. Yep. And I get it all in one trip, no matter how many bags there are. One trip. That's all you need. Amy says, Aaron, what was the cause of his death? Because the car was driving. He went and took a nap, and the car crashed. Killed them both. Him and the car. He put it on autopilot, says Aaron. Right on. Batshit says, anyone who might want to geek out about what a virtually unmaneuverable spacecraft can accomplish, look up any Mercury mission. The planet. Stunning. Nice. Well, I often geek out on things like that, so I may have to look that up. I think I already know what you're talking about, though. Amanda says, I've heard of people having sex in a Tesla on autopilot, shaking my head. Maybe if we're in the front seat and I can reach the wheel, might do that. Keep one eye on the road and one eye on the business end of the party stick. But I don't think I'd want to be in the back seat of a moving vehicle that I wasn't driving, no. And neither was anyone else. Nope, I think that would take the mood out of it. Aaron says they took that feature out now. I bet they did. That's what I mean by pulling back. Something bad happens, they push it out, something bad happens, and then they pull back for a year or two and then try to put it out again. That's how it works. And that's the very reason we don't now have Google Drive all over the place. Because of that. That's why Amazon ain't having packages delivered by driverless cars now, because of things like that. They put it out there in a small area and test it, and then they wait to see what happens. In my opinion, that's a bad way to do it, because you could set up a track with cones and let bad things happen there instead of out on the streets. But I guess that's the only way you can get the data you need to fix those problems, but at whose expense? Aaron says they would sue Elon's company for being stupid. Yep. And Amanda says, good, they needed to. And now I get the driver assist where it lets you know about going out of the lanes and stuff. Yeah, or it gives you a little warning or a beep or something, or nudges you back. Yeah, that's fine. Driver assist is fine. Even autopilot is fine. But I want somebody in that car that can take over at the drop of a hat, because they're paying attention, and when the car makes a mistake, they can correct it. Because you can't beat tuition. Sorry, you can't beat intuition. A human has intuition, a robot does not. A human can make judgment calls, a robot cannot. A human can make split-second decisions and then change their mind. A robot cannot. That's why it's always important to have a person there. Same thing with exploring the galaxy. Yes, you can send robots. Yes, it'll be cheaper. No, it will not be more effective, because you need somebody that has the curiosity to go, hey, I wonder what's under that rock. A robot won't do that. Amanda says, LOL, Jake talking ghetto is hilarious. Yes, honey. Don't you forget it either. Mm-hmm. I don't know why the head thing is, but it's important. Amy says, autopilot scene from airplane. She blowing up the autopilot. Had a big smile on his face. Yeah, because he was getting a blowjob. I miss Airplane. That's a good movie. Batshit says artificial intelligence doesn't need visible light, LiDAR, radar, infrared, etc. Okay. Do you know how a car sees? It has cameras that go all the way around. Have you ever taken a picture of something in sunlight? So no, it doesn't need visible light, but it is affected by visible light and other sources of light. And ultimately, it's taking images from a camera and then translating it into code and then making judgments based on what it sees. Or it has some other sensors. But all sensors can be fooled by flashes of light and other things. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. Well, most men do when, well, I'm going to leave that one alone. Yeah, most men do have a smile on their face when they're getting blowjobs. You're right. Aaron says, batshit crazy, do you code? Aaron is a coder, and he works on robotics. Amanda says, might just have been a dehydrated Jake. That could be. I do have a problem with dehydration. Amy Elizabeth says, pregnant man emoji. Yes, pregnant man, says Amanda. Amanda says, oh, Amy, we think too much alike. You guys will probably be fast friends in real life, in IRL. Amanda says, the Dems forget everything is recorded now. Batshit Crazy says, when agricultural piloting is automated, we'll call that end times. Crop dusting is very precise. Right on. I hear you there. Amy says, night, y'all. I've slept most of the day away, but I'm still exhausted and in a lot of pain. Maybe I'll go to the doctor, but I doubt it. I hate doctors. I hear you, Amy. Well, just get off your back and rest, and maybe take you a hot bath or something. That'll make you feel better. Maybe some Epsom salts. That might make you feel good. And we love you, and have a great night, and I ain't far behind you. God bless, and thank you for being here. We'll see you tomorrow night. Amanda says, night, Amy, hun. Feel better soon. And Amy says, Dramacrats. I said Dramacrats. LOL. Right on. And Amanda says, LOL, Amy. Demon rats. Batshit says, Rumpelmans is a schnapps. Oh, I got you. A schnapps. Yeah, I don't drink schnapps. I don't drink any alcohol whatsoever. But I am dehydrated, and I usually function that way. I'm constantly dehydrated. For whatever reason, I don't retain water like other people do. And that may be what triggered that little nauseous spell I had there. I don't know what it was, but I know it sucked. Amy says, Amanda, not rats. That's too close to the rhetoric that the Nazis used to describe the Jewish people. Rats, vermin, maggots, etc. I agree with the idea, not the wording. I got you. But the word demon wasn't bad, but rats was. Yep, they're definitely demons, but not rats. You dirty rat, you killed my brother. Amanda says, right, Amy. I'm with you. Amy says, I said I was leaving, but I'm still here. Well, we love you. Take your time. Amanda says, LOL, Amy, he's addicting. I'm something. Aaron says, make look like I feed Jake. Right on. Make me look like I feed Jake.
Feed Jake, now I lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake,
Feed Jake.
feed Jake,
I've been a good dog.
my best friend. Right through it all,
I'm your best friend.
feed Jake.
Bow, bow, bow. Yeah.
If I die before I wake,
DJ. Hey, I got my own theme song. All right. Aaron says, sorry, dog was on keyboard. Right on. Amanda's laughing. Phonetic, says Amanda. Yeah, there's a word for that where you spell like something sounds. It may be phonetic, but it's, you know. Amanda says, fat fingers. Aaron says, my bad. Right on. Amy says, Jesus is more like the GPS, kind of guiding you in the right direction. Right on. Aaron says, nope. I got a split, and he jumps on the keyboard. I got a pit, and he jumps on the keyboard. Yeah, I bet. He's a big dog, too. Amanda says, LOL, damn dog. Yeah, I got one of those little damn dogs, but mine likes to bite my feet and my fingers. And she is very, very rambunctious. She never slows down. Aaron says he's mad, right? He ain't giving him no attention. And Amanda says, oh, you're not paying him enough attention. That's how mine is. If I don't pay attention to her every second, she'll start biting on my feet. And her teeth are like razor blades. But she's not very strong, so it doesn't really hurt. It's just the sharpness of it. So I just let her bite me most of the time. Maybe it'll help her teeth feel better because she's in that teething phase. Aaron says, no, he's not mad at me. He's just bad, Amanda. He's just a bad dog. A little bad doggy. Pitbull is my favorite kind of dog, by the way. I love pits. Aaron says, guilty. Right on. Amanda says, LOL. And Amy says, the unconditional love of a dog. Yep. She'll fall asleep right on my chest or lay up under my ribs on the bed and go to sleep. She's just a sweet thing. And if I get up and leave, she's looking for me. Amanda calls her a traitor because she'll come straight to me. And I got the dog for her. I don't even care, but the dog loves me. Ha ha. Aaron says they're heart stealers. Yep. And mine will look up at you with them puppy dog eyes. You just cave to her will. She's just so precious. Amanda says, right, Amy? That's what Tribble was supposed to be for me. And she's a traitor and loves Jake more. Oh, well, you know, I have that effect on ladies. It's all right. Amanda says that they are, Aaron, and can always make you feel better. Yes, a puppy will make you feel good. Amy says pets teach us about love and caring, but they also teach us about loss and grief when they cross the rainbow bridge. Yeah, I guess so. They also teach us about our violent side, because every now and then I just want to strangle that dog and just shake it. But I don't. Amanda says, yes, Amy. Amy says, mostly dogs, not cats. Cats will try to unalive you and then eat your corpse. Cats are from hell. I agree. They do not need you at all. I don't like cats. I have a bunch of them, but I don't like them. Amanda says, LOL, Amy. Amanda says, Tribble thinks she's a pit bull with the feral cats around here, and they're bigger than she is. And they're scared of her. But if they would just stand their ground and pop the hell out of her, she wouldn't do that. She runs after them, and they take off running. And the funny thing is while she's chasing the cats, I'm watching for hawks because they might come down and get the dog. And they could. Amanda says, but they will run, and she thinks it's a game. Yep. And Amy says, Chewy thinks he's top dog in the neighborhood, puffs himself up to look bigger and scratch the ground at his back legs. Oh, yeah. Chewy is 7 pounds. Wow, that's a tiny puppy. I don't know how much ours weighs, but it's little. You've seen her. She's a little fur ball. Mostly fur. There's like half of that dog is fur. She might be 1.5 pounds, says Amanda. Maybe. Small dog syndrome. Yep. Amanda says, definitely. Monkey Juice, are we talking politics, among other things? How you doing, Monkey Juice? Nice to see you. Amanda says, hi. And no, not now. We're talking about dogs. But we have been. We've touched on some stuff. Amanda says, hi, Monkey. Not now. Monkey says, hello, Amanda. And Amy says, hi, Monkey Juice. Monkey Juice. Amy says, puppy teeth. Yes, they are sharp. Sharp and thin. It's like being eaten by a piranha, but slowly. Amanda says, and she has like 4 teething toys. And she chews on toys, not humans. Chew on toys, not humans. Yeah, she chews on people. She likes our skin better, I think. What we need to do is get her like a cadaver to chew on. Then she'll leave us alone. Is that gross? Might be. Anyway. Hyperthermic needles, says Amanda. Hyperthermic needles. Hyperthermic? Really cold needles? Hypodermic. That's not what you wrote. Really cold needle that goes down below the skin. Dermic because it goes beneath the dermal flesh. All right. That's the bottom of the chat, and I'm holding back more spaghetti, so I'm going to go to bed. Amy says, good night, Jake, Amanda, and everyone. I'm falling asleep sitting here. Well, go to bed, honey. We'll see you tomorrow night. Amanda says, good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Untethered Live for Bible study. Much love, y'all, and much love. God bless you all. I enjoyed it tonight. I'm sorry I got sick and hurled on you. I'll feel better tomorrow. I don't know what's going to come over me, but we'll get through it. Have a great night. God bless you all. I love you. Thank you for watching.